That's cool, man. I can't wait to hear about your military career. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
I mean, it was something.
You
usually is.
Was it Iraq?
Iraq and Afghanistan.
I got friends who were medics in Iraq, and they could tell me stories, just terrible stuff.
Yeah. I didn't do anything super cool. I fixed ACs and heaters and generators and things.
Still crucial.
Which I should have realized that being the AC guy in the Army was just like an express ticket to the desert, because
oh yeah,
they need ACs over there.
Yeah, they do. Are those tanks AC'd?
I assume the tanks are to some degree. I don't know. I've never actually dealt with those. I mainly did the like Humvees and the MRAPs, which is like basically bigger.
Yeah. The
MRAP is like it's a mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle, and it's basically the whole thing is it's kind of the upgrade from the Humvee originally, because Humvees don't handle explosions very well.
Well, they're kind of small,
especially like the IEDs in the road.
Yeah.
And the thing about the MRAPs is they had a V-hole, sort of like a boat.
Really?
Which would deflect the blast.
Oh.
I mean, of course, it was thick and heavy steel as far as that goes.
And then
that V-hull would deflect the blast out away from the occupants.
Yeah, because of the weight of the truck, it probably wouldn't lift the truck either. They'd lose control of it.
Not so much. Yeah, typically it would like blow axles off and things like that.
Yeah.
Depends on them. Of course, they got smart. They started doing these things called EFPs, which are explosively formed projectiles.
Oh, brother!
So they would put them up in the big T barriers, like the big concrete walls that we would line the roads with, as basically to stop gunfire.
Yeah.
Our main thoroughfares, we'd use those roads, and we put those up. And so what they'd do is they'd go out and they'd dig a hole or carve a hole into that concrete barrier, and they would pack inside the hole, they shape it in a certain way, so they'd make a shape charge in there, and then they would put a line of like copper in front of that. Jeez. Like a quarter half inch thick of copper sheet or whatever.
Right.
And when it would go off, it would explode. It would instantly melt the copper.
Right.
And basically what it would do is it would form an explosively formed projectile of a copper slug. So it basically shot a big copper bullet through the side of a vehicle at that point.
Wow, that's nuts, man.
They're pretty ingenious.
That is pretty smart, using copper. I guess just the actual sheer force shapes the projectile.
Yeah, the explosion melts it, and then the shape charge causes it to shoot out and away in a certain way.
I got you. I follow you now.
And then, of course, they would set it. They'd figure out how high to set it so it would hit the driver or whatever and come right across through the people, crazy, occupants inside.
Crazy shit.
So then we started putting these things on this. It's just, it's always a game of one-upmanship, really.
Yeah, it's chess. Yep.
So,
damn.
But I mean, like I said, I just fix ACs and heaters mostly.
Yeah. It sounds like you haven't seen anything. Yeah, gotcha.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 36 of Guardian Down Cast. We're a couple of dads to talk about all things in the Destiny universe, and we interview content creators and other folks in our community, to find out more about them, and discuss other things in gaming and entertainment as well. I'm your host, The Gator, and my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. How you doing, man? How's your week been?
Doing all right. It's been fun being secluded with the wife and daughter. So pretty much, just a lot of family time, a lot of getting on each other's nerves, and I went out today actually to get some Jameson, and was getting ready to sit down and actually have a drink. And I drink my Jameson usually with like one ice cube per finger.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I went to get some ice, and apparently my wife got so bored that she's actually cleaning out the ice cube trays.
Oh, no.
So I've got no ice cubes.
Oh, straight up, baby.
Warm. Yeah, straight up. We got warm. So I Googled, I'm like, what the hell do you even put in whiskey? And it's like lemonade. I'm like, I don't know. But at least the lemonade we have is cold, so fuck it, I'll try it.
Nice touch, man. Nice. How's the chore list coming with the little one?
She's trying.
Okay.
She's trying.
Good enough.
That's pretty much all I can say.
That's all you can expect from little girls. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So what about you, man? How's your week?
Well, I just found out, I'm sure everybody found out that the CDC is, telling everybody to put masks on now. I'm like, great. Now we're, what are we might as well be Thailand now, right? Or wherever people are always putting masks on, being in close quarters with everybody. So I asked my wife, I said, can you make me like a cool gator mask? She goes, where am I going to get gator material? I'm like, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. I says, maybe I can get some with bugs on it or something, because that's what I do. And, just to wear in front of customers, just to make them feel at ease. But so now I'm on the internet trying to figure out how to make face masks.
You've got a really weird way of making people feel at ease.
I don't know. I mean, I was talking to a client today, and she said that a neighbor made her this cloth mask. It's really kind of decorative, looks kind of nice, kind of fashionable. You don't want to wear a white 3M mask in the grocery store. It's going to freak people out. So I figured it gave it maybe a softer touch. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's move on here. We'll talk all night. We're all very excited to introduce our guest to the show tonight. He's a dad who's one of our active community members and a fan of Destiny like us, and apparently has the bod to prove it. Our friend, DadBodLink. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. Well, good to see you, man. I'm glad you joined us tonight. And we're going to catch up and hear DadBod's story. We're going to test his twitch reflexes with our, quote, new and improved fast fire session we call the speed run. Next, with the new shelter and home situations we found ourselves in, I think it's more important than ever we talk about, what we've been watching at home and the games we're playing to get away from all the scary news out there. Hazel's also going to go over the TWAB this week. And finally, we're going to answer our Twitter and Discord questions from our community and add 2 songs each from everyone here for our Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify. And now, iTunes. Hey guys, let's roll. Okay. Well, hey, DadBodLink. Is that what you want us to call you? DadBodLink?
You can call me Link. Only my mom called me DadBod. Yeah.
Good deal. Okay. All right. Well, Link. Let's start off with our usual questions that we ask our guests. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do for a living? You got any family? The usual stuff.
Well, I'm from Arkansas. Okay. I am 40-something. I don't remember anymore. 40-something years old. And as far as work, I work for a company right now that's as a whole, they sell parts for like locomotives and diesel engines. So mainly what I do is I tear down engines for parts or scrap.
Oh.
It's a dirty job. It's not fun. It's kind of fun sometimes.
Where's Micro when you need him?
Yeah, right. He would not like my boss though, so it would be all right. It would not be fun.
Cut. We're out of here.
But yeah, it's a job. It pays the bills right now mostly. I'm actually thinking about making some changes there. I might go. My GI Bill is about to run out. If I don't use it here soon, so I might just go full time to school and do a part time job on top of that. And with GI Bill and VA disability things and whatever else, I should be break about even for where I'm at right now anyway.
What are you thinking about studying if you do that?
Yeah.
To start, probably just general stuff. I'm not real sure. Electrical engineering has always been kind of a thought in the back of my head.
Okay.
Kind of falls in line with some of my background. But who knows? I might go. No, I'm not going to go academic. I thought about it, but I'm not going to. Too many papers to be written. I can't do
it. Talk 2 minutes with my wife. You'll be saying nope.
Mm-hmm.
No teaching.
Yeah, well, I used to work at a university, and my favorite people there were in the library. And librarians, by the way, that's a hard program to get into or to finish.
Really?
But it's very academic.
Okay.
But you have to have a master's degree to be a librarian.
Wow.
But yeah, anyway, I learned from them all the rigors of the academic world, and I don't want any part of that.
Okay.
But as far as family goes, I have 4 kids.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all wide ranging in age. It's well planned, with large gaps in between. My oldest is 21. I have a 19-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 7-year-old. The oldest 3 are all boys, and I have my baby little girl who's, I don't have a favorite, but if I did, it'd be her. So
of course, she's your baby.
Yeah, and my only girl, so.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. But yeah, just, kind of a old jack of all trades, master of none nerd who plays video games.
I gotta admit, I didn't know much about you. Like Clear Knight I was talking to last week. We see you in our Discord all the time. I'm like, God, I really like to know more about that guy. And that's one of the reasons I asked you to be on the show, because I really don't know much about you at all. So, yeah, I'm glad you're on tonight, man. It's going to be good.
Thank you, too.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely thank you, too, for coming out, man. Tell us about your gaming history.
Gaming history. Well, I mean, I feel like I've been gaming my whole life, but really there's been large gaps. I started out with the Atari XL home computer, which is a not common Atari console.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that one.
Basically, it was an Atari with a keyboard, and it had a couple of things you could run some basic, like old school, like DOS programs on it.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about that at the time.
Was that the one that had like the pastel like colors on the like the triangle and circle and that?
I honestly don't remember. I can't picture the thing in my head at all. I just remember it had a keyboard, and I played like River Command or River Raid and Missile Command and some of those things. I love
Missile Command. That was a great game.
But
that's awesome.
And then NES, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play a lot of the big ones. Of course, I played Mario, but like I didn't play Zelda much and things like that. I wanted to, but I just never had them.
You played Mario?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Mario. Yeah.
Okay.
Mario.
Thanks for correcting him, Link.
And but honestly, my favorite NES game was probably The Goonies 2, which is actually a sequel to the movie. Yeah, that was the first game I actually completed and finished all on my own. I had hand-drawn maps. I had the whole thing.
You and 30 and Still Gaming would click, because he loves the Goonies, man.
Oh,
that guy, everything about his theme and his streams and everything is all Goonies.
Who's this again?
30 and Still Gaming.
Well, I need to find this dude.
Yeah, he streams on Mixer. He's a good guy.
Okay, cool.
So so you did NES.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go from
there?
Then,
really, that was pretty much it for a long time. I think the next gaming console I actually had was a PS1.
Okay.
But I think it was when PS2 had already come out. My wife actually got one for me. I got married pretty young, and she got the PS1, and we started playing. Just whatever. I think we played. I think there may have been, was there a Harry Potter game on PS1? No, PS2 there was. Anyway, but we played like Croc and some other just random weird PS1 games.
Jeez.
I played Myst.
Yes, that was a frustrating game.
Oh, it was super frustrating, but it was just so well done. I loved it. I read the books even.
Nice.
Oh wow.
I like the idea of, because I was a big reader as a kid, and I'd say I still am, but I can't focus on it the same way. But I read a lot though, and I like the whole put your hand in a book and all of a sudden you're there, and that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But PS1, and then of course eventually upgraded to a PS2, and we played a lot of Harry Potter and not Crash Bandicoot, but Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank.
Those are good years, man, weren't they? Those are great.
PS2 I think was really the golden age of video games.
It was. It had also Crash Bandicoot. You mentioned that. Yeah, mm-hmm. I love that game.
Yeah. Oh, Spyro. Spyro was another one of our favorites.
Oh, Spyro.
I never got into that one, but I was too busy playing Crash Bandicoot all the time.
I think actually out of all of those, I probably liked Ratchet and Clank the best. I think that was one of the best.
It's a good game. Solid game for the time.
Just good platforming and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
And then of course eventually I got a PS3, and I was actually in the military at that point, and my wife got me. I think it was Killzone 2, which got me. That was my first person shooter.
Really, that was mine too.
Yeah.
Well,
and then I found Modern Warfare 2 though, and I was a COD guy from then on for a long time.
See, Hazel, other people come from Call of Duty, not just me.
I went and I played Infinite Warfare today actually, because I was going to delete it to make some space on my hard drive, and I had to play some for a little bit. I had to win at least one round of gun game before I could delete it.
Yeah. Well, I came from COD.
I know. I just trying to get you to drink some whiskey.
Oh, I'm drinking anyway.
Since there's a reason. Since there's that drinking game involved. Anytime I mention
that's right.
Anytime I mention that stupid game. All right.
Anytime he mentions a game that ever, basically aside from Destiny.
Well, apparently if I say, "Oh yeah, I came from COD too," I guess that means that's a drink. Or if I say, that game, yeah, I'm definitely going to play that game. Well, everyone's supposed to drink then too, I guess. Yes, that's the rules. Them's the rules.
I've been
that is correct
for a while.
So did you go to PS4 also? Well, of course you're on PS4, right?
Yeah, I'm on PS4 now.
Did you see much of a jump? I didn't see a whole big of a jump from PS3 to PS4. I tell you, I think coming up I'm just gonna say I think PS5 is gonna be the big giant leap.
I hope so. You know what? Honestly, like PS3 to PS4, there was a jump for sure, but like it's kind of minimal at that point. They hit a certain point where graphically they can only do a lot of things. They can only do so much. It
was that cell processor. I think it was limited. It wasn't a proper PC processor. So all these games that were being made, all the myriads of games that were being made for PC at the time. You couldn't port them very well over to the PS4 or PS3 even because of that cell processor.
Yeah, the different architecture I think probably changed things. I mean, it was one of the best things about the PS3 was the cell processor. But
it was super stable. Yeah,
it kind of limited them. Mm-hmm. I did eventually go to PS4. My PS3, I took it with me to Afghanistan when I was in the military for a while, and I took it with me, and it died basically right at the very end of the deployment.
Probably too much sand in it.
Yeah, sand and heat and things, and really, actually, the whole thing didn't die. I just stopped reading discs. I still, to this day, have never tried to fix it, and I probably should, because it's probably not that hard. If at the very least, just replace the lens or the whole, disk drive. But
well, you mentioned you mentioned Afghanistan. Did you want to mention your military career? What you did?
I can. I was in the military. I kind of bounced around a lot of different jobs over the years. Been in the trades. Mm-hmm. Did plumbing, HVAC stuff, mostly HVAC probably over the course of the whole thing.
Okay.
In the military, I actually went in as a heating and AC guy. I spent, I think, 3 months on my job training there, where we did 1 day of vehicle AC stuff, where my instructor brought his personal vehicle in, and I missed the entire block of instruction because I went to the bathroom. That fast? Yeah. And then guess what I did basically for a year in Iraq? Vehicle ACs.
On the job training, baby.
Yeah. Which, as far as I goes, I got lucky. I had a good group. My unit, I was in a maintenance company of a support battalion, so I mean, we were all kind of geared towards that sort of thing.
I got you.
Our unit mascot was the pack horse. It was a donkey. It was super, super high speed, hua hua army stuff. Everybody else is they're like tigers and
but
dangerous things. And we were a donkey.
Donkeys are damn dependable. They're damn dependable though.
And they complain loudly. And that was pretty much my experience. Okay. No, but I did 2 deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Okay, all right.
Not a whole lot of stuff like the kind of stereotypical army stuff. I had wife and kids before I went in, so I wasn't allowed essentially to do combat arms things. So that's why I went into kind of the trade side of things, which is fine. I think that was a fair restriction from my wife at the time.
She probably slept a little better.
Yeah. But I did. I got off the fob a little bit. I went and did some like tower guard and stuff during the Iraqi elections, and then in Afghanistan, I was on a maintenance support team where me and 2 other guys of different. One was a wheel mechanic. The other was we called them the Maytag men. They fixed like the big laundry systems and all kinds of random things that nobody else fixed.
That's awesome.
And the 3 of us, we had 1 truck. And we would just hop into people's convoys, and we would go to different little combat outposts in the middle of nowhere, where there would be like 1 platoon, like an infantry platoon, whatever, and we'd stay there for a while and fix their stuff, fix their generators, look at their vehicles, just trying to get everything working while we were there. And that was actually the best time of my entire deployment, I think, in a lot of ways. Afghanistan is actually a beautiful place.
Yeah, mountains
are harsh,
but beautiful.
It's pretty, mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
I was in the Kandahar region. It was pretty neat. I got to do some language training and stuff too. That was fun.
Probably the best part was that you were immediately, seeing what you were doing to fix the problems, and immediately, you could see it instead of somebody bringing something to you and you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
You were right there to fix a problem that they jumped right in and took off after you fixed it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was like, too, as far as that goes. I mean, that's those guys, it's like 1 platoon. So it's like 30, 40 guys, and that's just all they do is patrols and guard, and that's all they do. They go out and they come back, and they go out and they come back. And, they're doing like the real hard stuff. And when they come back to their little, their combat outpost, whatever, They want to be able to relax and have power and an AC and
absolutely
and all those things.
Little taste of home. Yeah.
And that was actually probably also incidentally where I had the best food the entire time I was deployed in Afghanistan. This one infantry platoon, this one little location, they had one cook, and he would get up at like 4 a.m. and start up the whole kitchen thing. He had this big, it's like kind of like a trailer as a kitchen. And what he would do, they would buy eggs from the locals, the Afghans there, and he would just like, turn on the grill and everything and put all the eggs out. And you could, when you got up, because everybody had different schedules there, because it wasn't, they're all different patrols and different things. So when you got up, you just go in there and make your own eggs, fresh eggs, and like you'd have all the other things, the fixins to go with it. And I was like, man, I get to get up and make my own breakfast. Man, this is awesome.
Well,
and it was just like
sorry,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to segue and say, so that's your gaming history. If you let me go on tangents, I will take us out there. Hazel, you're supposed to reel. Yeah. Hazel was supposed to take Easy's job. He was supposed to reel me in on these things like this.
Oh, see, I was not informed about that.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Well, I'm a tangential kind of guy too.
I get it, man. I appreciate you sharing that because I was just curious myself.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wanted to hear that too, so I let you have free reign there a little bit.
No, yeah. Okay. It was pretty fun. It was a good time. The best thing about the Army is the same as the worst thing about the Army was the people. Not the same people, but
different.
Yeah,
got you.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, sir, how'd you find Destiny?
Oh man. Okay, so I didn't really get into my PS4 time with Call of Duty and stuff, but I did. I started kind of getting into competitive Call of Duty. Trying to. I wasn't good, but I tried to. I like the idea of online competitive play.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I was trying to get better at the game. I was pretty bad. And I found this group on Reddit called Reddit Tryhard.
Oh.
And the clan tag, the shortening was the tribe, TRYB. And I kind of jumped into their subreddit and got started playing with them. And that was really my first break into the whole like online communities and everything too. So I love those guys. I still talk to them, still play with them occasionally, not as much because
life,
just different games and different things and different directions in life. But
yeah,
some of those guys were real big Destiny 1 fans. I came in right at the end of Destiny 1 as Destiny 2 was about to come out, and they were, all excited about Destiny 2. So I got Destiny 1, used or whatever, and started kind of playing around a little bit at the very end. And then Destiny 2 came out, and I had the clan. I was like, oh, we got a clan going. We got all this stuff, and it was fun. And I did a raid, and that was the coolest thing. And then, of course, as Destiny 2 Year 1 kind of went, everybody just kind of vaporized and disappeared into the digital world. And I was the only one still playing Destiny. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to stop for a while. And I went back to playing COD mostly.
Okay.
But then around the end of Year 1, when the Solstice of Heroes came around, I was kind of frustrated and bored with COD, so I started going back to Destiny and got really hooked on the grind of the Solstice of Heroes, and I've pretty much been playing ever since.
Yep. She grabs you. She doesn't let go.
I think the thing about Destiny is that it's got a real good blend. I was an RPG kid, and then I found, the first-person shooters as I got older.
Sure.
And it really just kind of blends all of those things really well together with Bungie's, special juju. I guess they're bad juju. Let's go there. And it's hard to stop playing Destiny. As much as I get bored with it and frustrated with it now, sometimes it's the main game I play 90% of my game time for sure, at least 90%.
Well, it just has everything. I mean, it appeases so many different needs. I just like getting home shooting stuff,
Yeah.
Just mindless shooting of aliens. There's nothing more fun than popping a Dreg's head. I don't know. At least
I don't know, man. Inventory Manager 2020, when I have to go to the tower and clear my postmaster and my vault and all this stuff is really engaging.
Are you a spreadsheets guy? Oh my God.
No, I'm just a hoard everything guy. And then
I am
like,
too.
Oh crap, my vault's full again.
I know, it's 500 again. All right, 50 guns got to go. Let's see where they're gonna go. I don't even have any armor. I barely have any armor in there. I have nearly 500 guns. Just crazy, man.
Yeah, mine's mostly guns, especially now too, because I've finally gotten rid of almost all my Year 1 stuff or my Armor 1.0 stuff.
Yeah, no reason
really
to
just
keep
no
it.
point in keeping it.
Yeah,
and now I'm cutting out any stat roll under 60 since they're actually dropping with high stat rolls now.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So it's gotten a lot easier for that. But now I just have to keep up with my guns, which is really getting hard.
But you know what? I can't hold back any longer, Hazel. I can't do it, man. DadBodLink, dude, what's up with the gamer tag?
Well, originally it was Link_Sen, which is just a random kind of weird thing I put together.
I thought that was Sen Media when you had that. No shit. Yeah. I'm just not realizing that.
Sen. It was SEN as opposed to
I remember it. I remember it. Yeah.
I remember SEN.
In fact, when Guardian Hub got started, I think I was on the 3rd episode, one of the early episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, we got nobody. Let's get this guy.
Yeah.
And so, but really, I mean, like, I love those guys. I'm really glad to have found them.
Class guys.
But it initially, and I cannot verify this. I cannot find any proof of this. But at some point, when I first was starting my PS3 account and things, and like an online persona, whatever, Link was just a cool, retro gaming reference. Even though I really never played the Zelda games much at all.
That's what I thought it was from.
But it was just a kind of a throwback reference more than anything. Not that I played the games a lot.
It is a cool name, though.
Yeah, I mean, like even one of the guys in the Matrix movies was named Link.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a cool name. Like the link in the chain, whatever.
It's a great.
So
name.
Anyway, but then Sen, I found something at some point that it was some sort of like mythical Japanese creature, like a woodland fairy sort of thing, or something, or like a mischievous spirit, woodland spirit. I cannot find anything to back this up now. I don't know where I came up with this. I swear I saw it on the internet at least. I can't
How much bamboo was Sen drinking that day when he told you that? I'm curious.
Exactly.
I don't know. Anyway, so as when PlayStation finally allowed us to change our gamer tags, I knew I wanted to change, but I couldn't decide. I had to pretty much stay with Link because I like it. It's a solid name, and it had become pervasive enough in my brain that I sometimes think of myself as Link before Tori, which is my real first name.
Yeah,
which is a lame name to begin with, but whatever.
Well, it could be Todd.
So, I mean, Todd's an okay name.
I'll take Tori. I like 2-syllable names.
Yeah, there's that, I guess. But I mean, Tori is typically a girl's name. Not always, but typically. So
okay,
it's whatever. I'm a sensitive soul,
Yeah, I got you. So I feel you, man.
I can take it. But anyway, so I wanted to stay with Link because that's just kind of how I was known and how I knew myself.
Hazel, you got to take your Geritol. Your alarm went off.
I think that's my watch actually telling me to take my medicine.
Okay. Damn it, that would have been great.
And it's not Geritol, it's I don't know what it's called. I forgot. I don't know. In the 40s, you have to take a bunch of medicine. It's for different things.
I know. Tell me about it.
Oh, boy. I can't wait till I get there.
It's so much fun.
Hazel.
But, so anyway.
You're welcome, both of you.
Trying to switch things around. And, I went through a lot of different things trying to decide. And ultimately, I just kind of settled on DadBod because I'm a dad and I got a DadBod. And,
it's a great name. I love the name.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's pretty good. The only problem is that people call me Daddy now, which is weird.
Oh. Well, I got to admit, it was very, very uncomfortably me calling you DadBod.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Link is much easier.
Yeah, I'll just call you Link. Yeah, because Linksen, I remember Linksen, early days.
It's funny because even like on my Twitter and things like that, it's like, just call me Link. DadBod's an adjective. It's like, it's an adjective, guys.
It's coloring. Yeah, gotcha.
But even like, I think one of the first times, I don't know if you've ever played with Azanis and Kitty or Kitty Fails.
I played with, she's carried me through a couple.
She's quite the Last Wish raider.
She loves that Last Wish, and she's very good at it.
One of the first times I played with them after having changed my name, she started calling me Daddy, and it was just like, oh my god, this is not going the way I planned.
And she's younger. She's younger too, so you got to think, well, is she calling me Daddy because of that? That's true. Yeah.
Although that's one thing I like about Destiny for real though, is it does have a little bit of an older community.
Sure. It's all over the place. I mean, really.
I think that too, though. That's the thing. I think ultimately, when it comes down to it, and I didn't really mention this earlier, as far as like what is it about Destiny or how did I find Destiny? But that's one of the things I love about it most is that
the secret sauce,
the people, the community. Yeah,
it is. Man.
As much as we cause our own problems online, if you could, don't go to the Reddit, things like that. But like,
don't go to the Reddit.
Yeah, it's.
But but really, I mean, the Derp clan, and then because that was kind of the central starting point for me, and then the spokes that radiate from there to the Guardian Hub and Guardian Down and AMP and all those people I've met and played with and stuff. And man, it's just I got really lucky with my Call of Duty guys, with my Reddit tryhard guys, and then I found Destiny, and it feels like it's even easier to find good people to play with. So that's my thing.
The family of Discords that we're all involved in now, it's just so much better. I mean, I remember the Adult Gaming Alliance days, when Warcry and a couple of my old buddies that have joined too, that still play Destiny. I miss those days so badly, and I feel like I'm a little bit back into that day again with all these Discords. We're all talking every morning and keeping everybody going with the weight loss competition and just giving each other hell. I love it. It just reminds me of the old day. It reminds me of the olden days. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, good deal, man. Good deal. Well, let me ask you this. There's so many questions I want to ask you here. Let me start with this one. And Hazel, you got the next one. Give us one gaming memory from your past that had an impact on you. Do you remember way back? Was there something that just clicked, or something you'll never forget? Anything like that?
Well, I mean, I did save that mermaid in the Goonies too. That was a pretty big deal. Oh man, I don't. Other than that, I don't have any particular moments specifically within games. There's certain games that really kind of hit me harder than others.
Sure. How about a Destiny memory? Anything? Think of it? A raid, or just BSing with a friend one day, or something funny, or.
Oh my God, there's just too many with Destiny, especially. I mean, my first raid was a pretty big deal. That was pretty fun. I did get into WoW for a little while when I was in Iraq.
Okay.
I had a surprising amount of free time there, actually. Cool. And I got into World of Warcraft for a while, but never did any real raids though, because it was hard there. But the first raid was a pretty big deal. I think the people just okay, I'll say this. I think if I had to pick a one, and it's not necessarily a single incident, but my fire team, I call them my fire team. There's two people I play with, probably more than anybody else anymore. And of course, Kingsley and Sin I played with a lot, but Sizzles, I think it's Sizzles 513 and Wash Your Dragon. And I played with Lucifer also a lot too, but mainly those two, Sizzle and Wash. Man, real deal. I mean, I know them on Facebook, and real people, I know their names, I know about their families, we're real friends, and I'm not friends with a lot of the other people I play with, because I know more about some other people and whatever things too, but those two in particular, though, I think I don't know really how it happened. It just kind of all happened. Everybody kind of fell into place and clicked. And of course, Wash is mainly playing Call of Duty right now because Warzone, Destiny's, whatever. Yep. And Sizzles, I don't know if she really plays games anyway. She's just always there, but she does play games. But then there was that time when we were like, she didn't know who Zavala was. We're like, what? Have you played this game, right? But I think the main thing, it just really comes back to the people. I like the people. And that's the biggest takeaway, I think, for me, is the community and the people.
That's why we do what we do, isn't it, Hazel? I mean, we love learning about everybody. It's in our Discords and everybody's Discords. Yeah, and exactly. Shedding a light on things. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I'll say too, though, within you guys' Discord specifically, Uncle Scumdeath, I like that dude. I don't know what it is, but he's pretty solid.
He's class act, man. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something about him.
Of course, his band's pretty cool too.
Well, yeah, and we got one of his songs in our playlist. Yeah.
Yep, and his beard.
Yes, so. He's just all around cool.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be like him when I grow up. Tell us one thing about you that not many people know within the gaming circle.
Not many people know. I don't know.
We look for
initially
exclusives.
I saw this as what no one knows. I'm like, if there's anything that no one knows, I'm probably not going to share.
No.
I can't even think of anything.
Well, it's something that maybe some of us gamers may not know about you.
That we can hold over your head and tease you about.
No, it could be simple.
Well, sometimes I cry in the shower.
Shower beer? Okay, got you.
Well, shower beers, that too. Yeah, I like shower beers. That's not really a hidden thing, though. But I don't know. I have been known to write poetry.
Really?
Mostly when I was younger. But, every now and then I feel the words, man. It's the Irish bard within me, I think, or something.
Okay.
I got words in me. I've always been a word man, which is,
according
to Jim Morrison, better than a bird man. So just leave that at that.
Do you have a journal? Did you put it all in, or a book, or?
I used to. I don't really have a single like a thing like that anymore. They just
Okay.
kind of fall where they fall. Usually
Okay.
digital now. It's not a whole lot. It's mostly. There's not necessarily a lot of like rhyming and things. It's just words. Things that come out, and sometimes they have a flow to them, or a rhythm to them, or a rhyme to them, and sometimes it's just words. But I
Yeah.
like to write.
Well, since we're on that same vein, do you have a motto or a mantra, something you live by, that you maybe say to yourself in tough times or anytime, really?
I probably have a few things I'm known for, actually, as far as things that I say a lot like that. 80% of the time, I'm right every time.
I got that.
Or like, somebody will say, you're right. It's like, yep, 80%. I say 80%, correct, incorrect ratio.
Okay.
I like to say, you do you, boo.
Yeah. I like that one.
Anybody. It didn't have to be my boo, which is not a cool word anymore anyway. I know that the young kids told me.
I said that, and someone told me never to say it again. I think it was Hazel.
Yeah, that's what they're like. Don't say that. Don't say boo. Now I'm going to say it all the time now. Thank you.
Make them uncomfortable.
I don't know. I got some other ones that are a little off color. Fuck them and feed them fish heads. It's kind of a southern thing.
Okay.
I don't know where I got that from, honestly. It's just been in my head for a long time.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay, that's good. Those are some good. Those are 3 good ones there. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, going back to something that not necessarily a lot of people know about me, I can solve a Rubik's Cube within about a minute.
Oh boy.
But, it's probably not a minute anymore. It's been a long time since I've really done it regularly.
But can you do a super cube?
No.
That's
just
like
the 3x3.
witchcraft to me.
It's
really not that complicated. I could teach you, honestly. It's not like it's different every time, but there's like a method to it. It's not that hard.
Yeah. You just set up a pattern.
Yeah, it's not exactly a pattern. There's certain algorithms or certain move sets you can do to move certain pieces in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start from a certain point and start working your way, it's not witchcraft. Although people, honestly, my favorite thing with that when I was a cop, I was a cop on a university campus specifically, and it's a great conversation starter. And people, my thing, I wasn't a bad cop, but it wasn't a great cop as far as like, I'm not all about going and chasing the bad guy all the time, because especially realistically on a college campus, I mean, it's a different kind of criminal we're dealing with most of the time. It's like kids smoking weed in the nature reserve and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm
not trying to run far.
I'm not trying to ruin their life or whatever, for, some silly stuff. But, so my role I took on kind of within that was more of a outreach community type person, just trying to give a different perspective on what a law enforcement officer or whatever is or could be. Because I'm fairly personable. People tend to like me. But the Rubik's Cube was a really good way to just get attention from people. Just walk around. You go out walking, doing some walking patrol, whatever, right? And you're just doing a Rubik's Cube. People are like, whoa! And they think it's magic. They think you're the smartest person they've ever met. I'm like, really, it's not that hard, but I'll let you think that, sure. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right, sir. So, do you have any other hobbies besides gaming?
I don't have anything really anymore lately. I used to. I like to tinker with electronics and things. Sometimes I can fix your PlayStation controller, or I could probably modify it and make it better, but I usually don't because I get sidetracked and forget about it. I'm a pretty serious ADHD kind of guy.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't have any. I kind of tinker with different things. I get the flavor of the month or whatever, and I'll play around with that or whatever. Maybe I'll play guitar for a month, or maybe I'll whatever, and it's just kind of whatever my hobbies feel like being right now.
Nice.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: what is the last song you listened to today, not including what you put in the playlist?
Well, hang on. Let me check Spotify.
I know. I saw you listening to it today.
Man, what's funny too is I had a really hard time deciding what to put in because
Don't get Hazel started. Don't give him ammunition.
No, just that. Like I said, I used to listen to podcasts like all the time, and I've gotten to where I just can't focus. Life in general has kind of been kicking me lately.
Sure.
So I've just been listening to music, and I've been super absorbed with music and finding new music and different things. And so it's hard for me to pick. But probably not the same song necessarily, but one of Nick Drake, which is he's one of the songs that I put in there.
Mm-hmm.
By him as a singer-songwriter from the late 60s and early 70s that I just found recently.
Okay.
And he died at like 26. He had a really short career. He was real young. Actually, he probably killed himself. But I just know that he died of an overdose of his prescribed antidepressant.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it was probably one of his songs besides the one that I put in there, although that was definitely one of the ones I listened to.
Okay. Fair enough.
I've been pretty absorbed
you
with him lately.
you did answer my question. Yeah, I'm absorbed with someone lately, and I'll get to it later, but my wife's about to wring my neck. All right, Hazel, why don't you finish out, man?
How did you find this community? I mean, I'm guessing derp, but, you know, is there any...
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Originally, I found... When I started getting back into Destiny, I was trying to find people to play with because nobody that I had played with previously was playing anymore. And, you know, like I said, kind of like my hobbies or whatever the flavor of the month is. When I get into something, I dive all the way in. And so I got into Destiny. I was like, okay, so I was just absorbing anything and everything I could find. Started getting into YouTube, and then I was like, hey, wait, maybe there's a podcast or something. So I started searching, and I found. Actually, I think the reason I thought of even podcast was because one of the people I used to play with had talked about DCP or Destiny Community Podcast.
Yeah.
And you know, of course, I listened to him once or twice, and I wasn't necessarily a huge fan at first. I kind of liked him and listened to him more eventually, and then I kind of fell off too. But I don't dislike them, but I just wasn't, you know. But I did find the Derp Guys, the Destiny Reset podcast, and then I've joined their Discord, which I had a Discord account previously from doing fantasy football with my Call of Duty clan.
Okay, all right.
So I knew of Discord, but I wasn't really in Discord at that point. And then so I found their Discord and kind of lurked for a while, and then like asked for help, and I got a good raid Sherpa from a couple of them, and that was actually my son, my second oldest son, and he plays Destiny also, and then got Last Wish done anyway, but
cool.
And then met Kingsley and Corsin and them through there, and then it just started kind of like branching out, into the whole podcast world, and they started their podcast, and then I started kind of looking around more for the smaller podcasts, and I found AMP kind of really right at the end of the end of its run, which was sad. And then you guys were starting right about the same time, and so I added you to my rotation.
Thank you. And
of course joined your Discord, and I kind of drop in and out of Discord off and on here lately, but
sure,
try to at least show my face every now and then, or throw a random question into the podcast questions.
Yeah, man, you throw them too. You get some good questions there. Definitely. Hopefully, we'll have some good ones for you tonight. I think I saw a few.
I think we do.
I saw a few in there. They're gonna be good.
I wasn't sure which ones were for me, which ones for.
Oh, they're for everybody, baby. They're for
everybody.
We all share. We all share here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, sharing is caring.
Well, let's do this while we're talking about Discord. Let's finish with this question. Let's do a Discord count. How many Discords are you part of?
When I was listening to the Sins episode, I decided to go look, and I stopped at like 48 or 50.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
I don't actively.
Sure, but you're part of them.
All of those, obviously, but
them.
I have joined at least that many.
Wow.
I know I have left a few over time, and of course I've muted a lot.
Sure.
But I feel like it's a good way. There's always, especially when I was just really, really playing hardcore and trying to find raids and things all the time. It's like that's the more Discords you're in, the better your chances of getting an LFG of some sort going.
That's very true.
So, and then of course there's always just sometimes it was like so and so's doing a giveaway or whatever, so you got to join the Discord or whatever. I think that's how I ended up in Glad's Discord.
Okay.
Right. But realistically, the main ones I ever go into anymore would be you guys, Guardian Hub, which is obviously my primary, that's my clan, but
sure.
And then the Derp, occasionally still I go to their PvP channel.
They haven't released much lately. I'm wondering what's going on.
I think they're on like a 1-a-month schedule or something.
Is that what it is? They used to be out every week. I'm like, where
there's not a lot of content. They did
the
same thing, from my understanding, during year one.
Okay.
Like Curse of Osiris and Warmind, and
yeah. Okay, I get that.
Curious.
Well, we got a ton of people to talk to, so I don't think we'll run out of people.
I think that's y'all's secret sauce, your special sauce. Is it's not about Destiny as much as it is about the community. So
thanks, man. I it's my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Other than the next part, which I think it's time, isn't it, Hazel? Time for that speed run? Speed run time, baby. Speed run time. All right.
Let me finish this drink first.
No, you finish that drink.
Loosen up.
You finish that drink. Thanks for answering questions, man, about your life.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, sure.
Being transparent to us. I appreciate that. And
that's the biggest thing in my life right now is trying to be transparent.
Good.
Honestly.
That's good. Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to get to that very thing right after this.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. It is time for the speed run. This is where we have a database of over 125 randomly asked questions, and DadBod here is going to have 60 seconds to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and we're going to keep track of how many questions were answered by our guest each week. Questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and you'll have to answer pretty quickly, whatever comes to mind. At the end of the year, the guest with the most questions answered will win a cool prize. Tonight, as usual, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from our list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, context-wise, Hazel's decision will be final. You all set, DadBod?
I am as ready can be.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Hunter.
Favorite color?
Green.
Fishing or hunting?
Fishing.
Apple or Android?
Android.
Could you go without your phone for 48 hours?
Yes.
Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
Paper or plastic?
Paper.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Selling Kirby vacuum cleaners.
Do you have a tattoo?
Yes.
Do you play racing games?
Occasionally.
What one thing would you take if your house was on fire?
My kids.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Pop-Tarts or toaster strudel?
Ooh, toaster strudel.
Vader or Yoda?
Yoda.
Name one possession you cannot live without.
I can live without all my possessions.
Hats, yes or no?
Yes.
Mac or PC?
PC.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Time.
Oh, man. There were some tough ones there tonight. Like I said, it is random. But, yeah, you had a couple you had to think about.
It's like,
that wasn't bad,
what are you taking
though.
to fire? Like, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I got to thinking about that. That was one of our questions from last year that was in our list. And maybe I need to name one thing other than your family, because that's, of course, given. You're going to make sure all your dogs and cat and everything is out. But, yeah, that was a tricky one, man. Sorry, that was a little bit of a
Yes, he didn't say his
That's
wife, so.
I mean, kids first.
Yeah.
Well,
So we'll give you an extra one for that.
Yeah, let's do that, because that question was ambiguous. We'll tune that question for the next time around. And name one possession you can't live without. I used to have the question listed as name one thing you can live without, and I said video games, and my wife goes, "Oh, really? You can live without me, but not your video games." I'm like, I need to reword that question.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I mean, possessions are possessions. Going out on my phone for 48 hours, I might not like it, but I can do it.
Exactly. Well, Hazel, what do we got?
I got 20.
Very good. That's respectable, man. That's respectable.
Yeah.
That is.
Very good. Nice job, man. Well, just to let everybody know, we do have a channel in our Discord labeled Speedrun Question Ideas. If you have maybe a question or, a quick yes or no or either or very quick question you can ask, you might want to add for next season's speedrun. It continually grows every year. Add them there. We appreciate it. All right. Good job, man. Let's move on. Okay, guys. The movie theaters are closed. We can't go out and do anything anymore. So I think let's talk about what we've been watching this week. And Link, let's start with you, man.
Well, I have I have a hard time sitting and watching shows for very long, typically, but I have been trying to finish Castlevania mainly.
Okay,
it's pretty good. And I started watching Tiger King, but I haven't gotten very far yet. I was like, there's too many memes. I have to
there's a ton
show.
of memes. Holy shit!
And I actually was starting to watch it like at lunch at work, and then I was like, I can't do this right now. I gotta focus on other things, and so I haven't finished it. But I think probably when I finish Castlevania, that's probably the first one I'll try and burn through.
Okay.
Nice. How's Castlevania?
I really like it. It's not surprisingly good in a way, because I kind of expected it to be good. It's not quite what I expected in the sense that it doesn't feel like it's based on a video game. It just feels like a fairly good anime, which I don't watch a lot of anime these days, but of course I have kids that do, so I hear about anime fairly frequently.
For folks out there who maybe don't know where this is, what platform are you watching this on?
On Netflix. It is a Netflix original.
Okay. Cool.
It's a animated show based on the Castlevania video game series.
Okay.
So it features Dracula prominently, at least, Dracula, and then there are the Belmonts, which is a family of vampire hunters. It's I don't necessarily want to go too far because I don't want to do any spoilers.
Yeah, no, you don't.
It's a good show. It's,
okay.
It's 3 seasons, I think. On the third right now.
Okay. Very cool. Anything else this week?
I haven't really watched much else. So like I said, other than trying to start Tiger King, but
okay.
I have a huge list, a backlog of things that I'm trying to.
Don't we all? And it's gotten even bigger now that we're all sequestered at home. Now we're starting to add all kinds of stuff in our viewing list, our little waiting.
Essential, apparently.
It's like our little waiting room. Yeah, I got you. Hazel, what are you watching this week, man?
We finished You.
Oh, don't tell me it ends because I'm on the second season right now.
Oh, Jesus, man!
I know.
It's good though.
It's fucking train wreck, and that ending was amazing.
Okay, look forward to it.
That ending was absolutely amazing.
Well, let me ask you this: will there be a season 3?
Oh yeah, it's already been approved.
Okay,
and everything else. So.
All right.
Yeah, I can't wait for season 3. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, God.
I'm all giddy. I'm like a fucking schoolgirl. But, yeah. So, besides that, just Top Chef. And I am still trying to put peer pressure on my wife to get her to watch The Invisible Man.
Oh, yeah. That's good. It's a good one, man.
I'm trying to get her.
Yeah, it's not your Chevy Chase Invisible Man. It's definitely a serious one.
Yeah, she hates scary movies in every way, shape, and form.
It's not that scary, but it's a little. There's a little shock value. A couple things will really shock you. Yeah,
I appreciate that because she does listen to us, and
it's not scary. It's not scary, Mrs. Hazelnut. I'm telling you, you'll be fine. I hate scary movies too, and I saw it in the theater. Trust me, it's not bad.
Yeah. A friend of hers saw it, and she said it was pretty fucking scary.
Damn it. I tried to help you, man.
I appreciate that. I do. Yeah, and anyway, I'm pretty sure that she would have believed her friend over you or me anyway. So.
Now, you did see Westworld, right?
Oh, yes. I did watch Westworld.
Shax doesn't have to speak up. All right, good deal.
Yeah.
What did you think of this last episode this week?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
You know what? I was gonna mention it, but this is the only clue I'm gonna give everybody. Remember the Matrix. That'll get you.
Come on now.
Come on, I'm playing fair. Remember the Matrix. That's a good clue, man.
I mean, you don't think that that's really going on, do you?
I don't know. I have to believe what I see in front of me.
No.
You think she's just manipulating him? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll wait a couple episodes to determine that.
It can't be that way. That would be gut-wrenching.
I was already thinking that because they keep zoning out saying disturbance over China, disturbance over California, disturbance. I kind of think it's that way, dude. I think we're gonna get surprised. I think we're gonna realize it's a simulate. Well, I don't want to give it away, but I think we're gonna realize it's something totally different than what we think. I think it's gone off. I think it's gone off the rails, dude. I really do.
If it is that way, then it's all. I mean, it's going to be some big PSA at the end.
Well, we'll see. Shax, what do you think, man?
All right. We'll call it a draw.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, what else you been watching, Hazel?
Pokemon. Indigo League.
Oh, how's Pikachu?
Pikachu is fucking peachy. So. Yep.
Addie's liking it, huh?
She's loving it. Absolutely.
Good deal.
So, yep. What about you, man?
Well, where do I start? Lots of stuff to watch now, man. I mean, we're not going to see our movies every week, so now we're picking stuff out of the ether, pretty much. Anything that's on the streaming stuff. Let's start with. I did talk about Westworld. I did see the last episode, and it's pretty crazy, man. It's like I said, I think it's off the rails. I did start a new NBC show that took over after This Is Us ended for the season. This season, I guess, not the series.
Yeah, weird. Like somebody said that.
I know, right? Anyway, I did see the new NBC show Council of Dads. The pilot was kind of sad. It's kind of a downer overall, but it's a good concept for a show. I get the same feels as This Is Us, but I don't have a connection to the characters yet, and it just may be because it's a brand new series. But good acting, good. Whoever put the cast together did a good job. A lot of good quality actors and actresses in that. I'll keep watching it. I'll keep you posted if it's something you might want to get into. And we got to talk about the Tiger King, man. Where do I start with this fucking train wreck? I tell you what, here's the way I see Tiger King. The first 2 episodes were very interesting. It was more of a true documentary. It was telling about what everybody did, what tigers and cats they got, their backstories and stuff. But once you get into 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7, you kind of wonder. I don't know. For me, this is my opinion. It starts getting very scripted, and there's a lot of camera footage that seems excessive for such a secretive plot. I won't give away anything other than that, but I don't know. I thought some of the audio, some of the camera takes, and I realized the guy taped everything. I get that, but I'm wondering how much of this was kind of added in post. I don't know. I have to kind of wonder, but the twisted lives of these people, man, it's fascinating. But I'll have to tell you, my dad owns a construction business, and I dealt with these types of people for a long time, ever since I was a kid. And it's like they were savants. They were very good at one thing. Like, we had this one guy who worked for us who would climb 20 feet up on a ladder, go across a pool 20 feet up, and install roof panels for a pool enclosure. It went over like $1 million, $2 million house. And they had no problems. They were just a little crazy, a little bit of crazy in them. And I can't explain it, but the last part of this documentary, quote unquote, got a little bit of he said, she said, he said stuff. And it started wearing me down. And I think the words my wife said after we saw the final episode, which were 7 episodes, is, well, there's 6 hours of time I'll never get back. So I kind of got to agree with her a little bit. We were trying to get through it just because everyone said, hey, if you don't talk about Tiger King, we're going to be a little upset. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll watch the damn series. So I watched it, and that's my 2 cents. But did you see that? Did you see it, Hazel? I know Dad, you said you started it.
Yeah, I started it, but I will say this. I actually used to work with a guy here in Arkansas doing heat and air. Just to preface this, we used to call him Ratchet Jaw. But anyway, he had a mountain lion for a long time.
Holy shit!
And the thing about like the very beginning of the first episode is talking about how the big cat people are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that made perfect sense to me. He was a cool guy. I liked the guy, But like,
I felt for the guy. I did. Tiger King. I felt for him. I did. Jeff was his name, I think. Is it Jeff?
Honestly,
I don't remember. There's so many names. But you damn well know the woman fed her husband to those cats. You damn well know she did. She didn't seem very remorseful or upset about any of that, of what was being said about her on to a million people. I don't know. That seemed suspect. And then the third guy, he's like running a cult or something. It's just, you got to see it. Hazel, you and your wife got to see it. At least a few episodes just to get a good laugh, because that's what it is. It's funny as hell.
I think
all right. I got to talk about my favorite show on TV right now, and that's Ozark. Season 3 is out on Netflix. If you haven't seen the first 2 seasons, think Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad good. You can't miss this show. It's about a business owner who gets tangled up in organized crime and drug cartels, and because of his business partner, he runs to a small town in the Ozarks, hence the name. He brings his family with him, and of course they're all confused. What the hell's going on? And what happens next? It just keeps ramping up, man. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier, and you just wonder when the whole thing's just going to blow. But season 3 just came out last week, I believe, and we're in the second episode. In fact, I just watched episode 2 before I joined the podcast tonight, and holy shit. I'll leave it at that. It's getting crazy. So this is a show, if you've been too busy to watch Netflix, this is one you got to watch. And yes, there's violence. It's just like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. You're going to see some blood and gore and some people getting shot and stuff. So not for the kiddies. Not for the kiddies. So definitely see that. The one thing I did not like about the first episode of season 3 is there wasn't a recap. You know, they usually give you a recap of the previous season to catch up because there's been a gap, you know, probably almost a year between these seasons. And we had to go back to the last season's last episode just to kind of go over it real quick and see, oh, okay, that's why that's happening. Okay. But they kind of jump right off on this first episode of season 3. I did see a new game show on Fox called Mental Samurai. It's hosted by Rob Lowe, and Fox always seems to take a risk with their new content. So far, I like it. They use a gyroscope that tosses people around, and then they answer 12 questions from 4 different towers of knowledge, puzzles, memory, and patterns or sorting games. And they have 5 minutes to do it. It's crazy difficult. In fact, the whole show, only one contestant made it even through it and made the cut. But then there's a final game. There's a final game where they have to answer 4 questions from each of those towers of knowledge, and in 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's really tough. They get $100,000 though if they make it. But it's, dude, you got to see this. It's really crazy.
The fuck do you watch?
If you like, this is on after Masked Singer, and which I did see as well this week. Very good, and it's exactly who I thought it was. Nate, I know me and Nate love this show. It's definitely who I thought it was this week, just between me and him. But I tell you what, man, you ought to check this out. It's pretty cool. It's if you like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type games, you know, where it's a lot of different kinds of questions and answers, and are they right? Are they not right? Yeah, give it a shot. It's on Fox. It's on after Masked Singer on Wednesday nights, probably 10 o'clock, I'm guessing. I did start to watch Tom Segura's new comedy album called Ball Hog, and
yeah, I watched it.
The ball hog part is not what I thought. I thought it was ball hog, you know, like the ball hog where someone's always hogging the ball when you're playing a game. No, nothing like that. And I'll warn you guys. I'm 30 minutes in. There's still 30 minutes left I haven't watched yet because I fell asleep. But it was late. But this is crude, man. This is very blunt. This is very blunt comedy. Don't go in there thinking it's going to be happy go funny. Oh, my wife said this to me today. No, it's very blunt, and it's wicked funny though. I love it. Star Trek Discovery. I started watching season 2 through CBS All Access this week. It's pretty good. I like how they continued the story from season 1. Seems to flow pretty good. Let's see. The Voice. I did watch next week of Battle Rounds, and it's pretty good, but I'm concerned about how they're gonna make it happen when the live show goes in about a month. I don't know if they're gonna have audiences or anything. I don't know how it's gonna work. It's gonna be really weird. And of course, the season 5 of Better Call Saul. It's on AMC's, I believe, Monday nights, and there's 2 seasons remaining this season, and then another one, I guess, in the spring or fall next year. But really, really good. This is like Ozark level. If you haven't seen Better Call Saul, there's 5 seasons so far, and the first 4 seasons you can binge them right now on Netflix. And then, of course, before I go, the Dispatches from Elsewhere, also on AMC, the Jason Segel show. That it's kind of out there. It's kind of an indie show. I'm trying to explain how this, because it's just freaking wacky as hell. But if you want something different to watch, I mean, give it a shot. It's starting to get a little serious now. Story's starting to come together here. It's getting towards the end of the season, but of course you can binge watch all that as much as you want. So I did want to see the movie The Banker, with Samuel L. Jackson, Anthony Mackie. I didn't have time this week, so next week I'll try to watch it this week so I can talk about it next week. That's on Apple TV. So that being said, let's talk about what we've been gaming this week. DadBod or Link?
Mm-hmm.
What have you been playing this week, man?
I mean, obviously Destiny.
Well, obviously. What have you been? You been working on anything? Anything particular? Or?
Not anything particular. I've kind of laid off Trials the last week or so.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. But
yeah.
The
Do you do any
what I
PC
do now,
gaming?
No, I really don't. I
That's
have
too bad.
a laptop that it just doesn't run much. I can run like Final Fantasy VIII and some things, but like old stuff only, really.
Sure.
But although Final Fantasy VIII is pretty great,
It is. It's my favorite
but
one.
but I actually just got Red Dead Redemption 2 finally the
Okay.
other day, so I started the story on that a little bit. And then I picked up a couple of cheap games. I got like the old Doom, not the new Doom Eternal, but the old Doom, The Forest, which is actually sort of a what is it? 7 Days to Die kind of comparison. It's
Okay.
like a survival horror game, sort of like, honestly, it's sort of like a grown-up Minecraft. It's not blocky or anything, obviously, but like you are the sole survivor of a plane crash, and you're on this island. There's these crazy mutants that attack you every now and then, or at night, or whatever, and you have to, thrive and survive. And,
That's cool.
It's kind of fun. I mean,
How is it? I've been tinkering around with buying it, and I can't pull the trigger yet.
It's it's what, $4 or $5 or $10 or something like that. It's not bad. If I think for me, it's more like if I can find somebody else to play it with, it'd be better. It is, multiplayer also, but it's kind of fun. I mean, I had a good time. I played for a few hours. I think last Saturday morning. I got another game called Agony, which is like a horror game. Actual, like you play a demon trying to get out of hell or something, and it was terrible. Like I didn't make very long on that at all.
Terrible, scary, or just terrible altogether?
No, just terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, bad, clunky controls.
Oh, I hate that.
It's like the story seemed like it might be okay if you can get through it, but I just don't think I can get through it. The Doom is Doom. It's not bad, and then the Force is pretty good. Of course, Red Dead Redemption. I think it starts out slow, but I think it's going to be good in the long run. Rockstar is Rockstar. They make good story games.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm, pretty optimistic. I just haven't gotten real far yet. I actually just got that and started it yesterday.
Very cool.
Nice. Yeah, I've been toying around with buying that too. It's one of those things for me where I'm like, I just don't know yet. It's like, I don't know.
I don't know if you played 7 Days to Die. I actually never did get around to playing 7 Days to Die. I like the concept or the premise in general. It's not great, but I think it's pretty good. After a few minutes, whatever, the general controls and how you build things or whatever is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's kind of it's like, Minecraft is kind of a time waster game in a lot of ways, and I think this kind of falls in the same category generally, where trying to build and do the things, it just takes a lot of time to craft, gather materials and craft and all the things, whatever.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
Once you spend some time early on getting set up, it gets better, but it's a little it kind of drags on in the beginning, but I think it's pretty good overall.
Nice.
And if you do end up picking it up, at least get one person to play with, because I'll play it with you. So
Okay.
I'm definitely looking for some things besides Destiny. Excuse me, besides Destiny to play right now.
Well, it's funny you should say that. I played Division 2 this week with my son, like I said I was. Uh-oh, we lost Hazel. End call. End call. Where's the end call button? I don't know where that is. What button do I press? Anyway.
Speak right in.
Anyway, my son wanted to play, and we played for about an hour and a half before we went to play Gambit and Crucible in Destiny 2. I'll say this. I'm Agent H, Maddie, I'm sorry, man. It just feels like Division 1 to me. I don't really feel any different. It's the enemies were pretty easy to run over, and yes, I do realize it ramps up. We're only like level, I think, 5 or level 6, but we put a good hour and a half into the game. And once we got everything set up, the joining party was a little clunky. When you play Destiny, everything is so smooth and fluid, and everything connects so easily. And you get into it. The one thing I can say about Division 2 there's a lot of stuff to look at, man. The HUD, everything. Looking at it, pulling up your menus we played on PC, by the way, and pulling up your menus to look at all your gear and stuff. My head was swimming. I didn't understand what I needed to have, and we're not giving up on it. We're going to play it some more because I figure we just dove into it, and we need to give it at least a fair shake before I write it off. But yeah, it's, I don't know, man. Like I said, there's nothing better than Destiny right now. I mean, there's some other games out there that are intriguing me, and I won't mention them because I don't want people to get drunk tonight. But
I'm already there.
I know. But no, pretty much Destiny. I've been working on. I've got the Moon bunker and the EDZ bunker fully leveled now. Mainly because I had a lot of materials from the EDZ bunker. I just kept collecting them, doing the bounties every day, and running Crucible. We ran Iron Banner. Finished up one of my characters with the Iron Banner quest last week, my Warlock, and played with Warcry, and I believe just me and Warcry this week. Someone else I'm thinking? If I forget you, I'm sorry. My mind is mush this week, but we finished up some Iron Banner, and I gotta admit I had fun. You know why I had fun in Iron Banner this week? Because everybody was playing Trials. All the tryhards and sweaties were in Trials. So it was nice. It was a refreshing experience to be able to just go around and play, like skilled players and have fun. And I did. I had a good time. Getting those damn bow kills, though, was a bitch. It took me several games to get those. And you're right, Hazel. God damn it. I hate it when you're right. That the new Iron Banner bow.
Which time?
The Iron Banner bow is nothing special. I'm sorry, it isn't.
It's really not.
I was using the heavy bow from the raid.
Record Redemption.
No, the exotic one you get from the quest on Dreaming City. When you can see through walls.
Wish Ender.
Oh yeah, Wish
the
Ender.
Wish Ender. Yeah, I was using the Wish Ender, and I was having more success getting my bow kills with that. And I switched off, and I use them both. And the Wish Ender definitely by far was the bow to use if you're going to try to get those kills. You can see people running.
Le Monarch, the Wish Ender has the highest impact of any bow.
It does, and I remember getting my bow kills for my Hush and Gambit using the Wish Ender, and it just popped people. It just popped enemies really easily. And I have the Le Monarch, but I forgot I had it, and I didn't use it. By the time I realized I had it, it was too late. I was already close on my bow kills. So I thought the mission, the quest was a lot easier this time. I really liked that. But when you have 3 characters. I just didn't have time to get it all done. So next Iron Banner, I'll work on probably my Titan or my Hunter, one of those two. Let's see, and that was pretty much it for me. Hazel, what about you? What have you been gaming? What have you been messing around with in gaming this week?
Pretty much Just Dance 2020.
Nice.
Yep, it's been we've been doing a little thing with our daughter schedule, and we're trying to get her active and keep her ass active. So doing that.
Keep her moving.
Yep, exactly. And then aside from that, I've been playing a little game called Destiny.
Oh shit.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, man. So before I already had leveled up my the Moon, but I was like just screwing around, and I'm like, okay, so maybe I need to upgrade my EDZ bunker. So I finally did that.
You got them both fully leveled?
Yeah, fully leveled.
That's a lot, man.
And I think I've got like 800 moon, like what are they, fucking moon bits or
Warmind bits, yeah.
Yeah, those two. So I've got those things. I've got like 800 sitting as of right now.
You're gonna need about 2,500. I think Paul Tassi said you need like 2,500 Warmind bits to complete a full bunker.
Yeah, it's all right. As long as I get 800,
yeah,
everything else I'll be all right.
Sure.
So, can I just take a moment because I need to fucking rant about something?
Go for it. Floor is yours.
I love a good rant.
Fucking overload captains.
God, aren't they terrible?
They're the fucking worst thing ever. They're like, I mean, I don't know. It's just fucking. It's like they have Blink on steroids.
Yeah.
So
Well-
I've been like soloing some of the
Mhm.
legendary lost sectors now because I'm like 1004,
Yeah.
1005, something like that. I know it sounds sexy, but I'm actually just like 994, 995, something like that. But yeah, I'm soloing these legendary lost sectors, and for real, I spent like 20 minutes trying to fight one damn captain.
I failed to mention this, but I soloed the quarry one to get my shotgun. What's that exotic shotgun? The 4-barrel one.
Oh, the fourth horseman.
Yeah, and I had the same problem, Hazel. They had two big giant centurions that were what were they, the penetrating rounds? I never remember the right term, but I would
They
get
definitely
one,
penetrated you.
I would get down. I would get one of them down. The other one would get a shield up, and he would keep healing the other one, and they would never separate. I couldn't get them to separate.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
is actually the worst of the ones that I've played so far.
I spent 25 minutes just on the boss fight.
Yeah, Kingsley Mack and we were just like screwing around. I was just playing and just talking about legendary lost sectors. And he's like, "Hey, I'll join up with you."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Okay, sure, why not?" And then that's when that whole thing happened, and we were just like completely like just like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna just sit here for a couple minutes while I wait for my
Super.
super to power up
Mhm.
and everything, and my grenade and everything." We're just like this is not how it should be, you know.
Yeah. You got to hit them all at once, or otherwise they just regenerate. It's just like playing another Guardian on steroids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like the worst thing in the game, I think. It's fucking terrible.
Well, they want you to bring a team in. If you bring a team in, you take them down in no time. But
Well,
by
I mean,
yourself, those legendary lost sectors are not easy.
yeah. And then I had to laugh too because I was trying to find like one of the mods. It was called surge detonators, where basically you can throw a arc grenade and it will cause disruption for those bastards.
Got it on my Titan. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it took me forever to fucking find it because here I am thinking it should be like a Season of the Worthy mod.
Yeah, right.
Because it's a fucking Season of the Worthy mod. It's on the fucking artifact.
Right.
Well, how little I knew, actually. Because it's not actually there. It's actually like one of like the little fucking other mods. So
It's part of
I
your
was
season
just like,
pass.
all right, whatever. Yeah.
The artifact mod.
So I eventually found it. Took me like a whole hour to find it.
Oh,
So
boy.
yeah, it was a peachy time.
Oh man, I feel you, man. Those legendary lost sectors are a bitch. Have you soloed one, DadBod? Have you tried to solo
one? No, I haven't bothered with it. I've two-maned a few, but I don't do them religiously.
There was nobody
Maybe I
on, and I just jumped in. And it
Sorry,
happened to be. I just jumped in because it happened to be Corey that day, and I knew that's all I had left to get my fourth horseman.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that was a mistake, man. That was a lot. I spent 35, 40 minutes in that damn encounter. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just got my fourth horseman a couple days ago because I didn't bother it originally. Honestly, my thing with this season so far has been get the bunker bounties and then just go do Crucible.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing is that I can get the bunker bounties and just grind Crucible.
You're a Crucible fan?
Yeah, and it's
we got a
just
game,
that's
man.
all I feel like is worth playing most of the time right now, unless it's a raid. But
Now, do you
even
play
then,
with your
it's
Call of Duty friends, or are they on to something else?
just- No, they're all on other things pretty much.
See,
It's
you need to call me up. I'll be there, man. I love Crucible.
for sure. I mean, I play with whoever's on a lot, but
Well, I'm on all three
I mean-
platforms, but I'm mainly on PS4 and PC. But
yeah,
yeah,
I did all three characters on Iron Banner.
nice.
I got 0 armor drops.
What?
0. 12 pinnacle bounties, 0 armor.
Wow.
That's the first time I've ever had just like the worst RNG, and it's like maybe I popped my bounties too early. Maybe I did it before the quest was done, but I should have still gotten some armor because you can get the earlier armor pieces. I got 0.
I remember getting some armor.
But
Wow,
most people
bad.
did, yeah.
Damn, man.
Most
And
people
I'm
did.
still like with the artifact and everything, like 1014 or something on.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of my characters.
Damn.
That's about what I'm at.
Well, that's the thing is, like, if you just do the EVZ bounties and do Crucible, because they're almost all completable in the Crucible,
Yeah.
it's like you do one activity and you just get them all done.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm at like 107 or something on the season pass. It's like I feel like I've done so much, but I really haven't done anything but Crucible for the most part.
Me and you are pretty much in the same. I think I'm a little over 100 as well. I think 107. I think is where I'm at.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hang on.
I'm happy with myself, and I'm at fucking 50.
I'm pulling them up right now.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Ray Tape, but I can't find it there. Go to Dim.
Well, you said you played Trials. Do you have a team you play with?
I've played with a couple. Actually, the first weekend I got 7 wins, not flawless, but 7 wins.
Wow.
I can't remember. I got 3 wins with Wash and maybe Fast Spectrum, which was one of the guys in the Guardian Hub.
Mm-hmm.
Wash Your Dragon and Fast Spectrum. And then my last 4 wins were with Real Sakarogi and...
He's a good player.
I can't remember who our third, but Soccer's a solid carry for real. So, you know, it went well the first weekend. It was a good map for it, I think, too. Week 2 with the Anomaly was just an exercise in frustration.
Yeah, I never liked that map because it felt Winter's Lie back in the day. Everyone was sliding and shooting you with those.
And then last weekend was, of course, Widow's Court, which means if you're not a great sniper, you don't want to go there. I'm a mediocre at best sniper, so yeah.
I'm working
on it. I had a couple of good games, didn't get 3. I haven't gotten 3 wins in any weekend since the first one.
Well, we'll talk about it later, but I think I understand why a lot of people are getting frustrated with Trials. But anything else, Hazel, before we move on?
No, that's about it, man.
Well, let's, you know what? I think it's time. Let's talk about this week at Bungie. All right, Hazel. What do we got this week at Bungie? What's going on this week?
All right. So apparently, I just found out that Guardian Games has a date of April 21st because God and everybody fucking missed that. Apparently.
Okay. Point taken.
So yeah. Anyway, yank.
They updated their calendar. Okay.
Yeah, with one fucking date. Anyway.
Okay.
So aside from that. All they're doing is talking about the trackers, which they completely and utterly broke and made everybody feel like all their time was completely and utterly well spent. And that's actually pure sarcasm because basically, for those of you that don't know, your trackers, if you had an emblem that had tracked anything since vanilla, basically it all got broken and all your information got fucking thrown away. Yeah, you're welcome.
Can I interject real quick also with even like the Nightfall emblems that have variants based on different skills and things? You can't use your variants anymore.
No, they don't.
So
you don't get the halos anymore.
Sabaton Song, which had the variants and stuff, it had one of the nicest emblems I think personally, and it's just gone. It's just done. I can't use it anymore.
Well, the emblems are all decorative now, and then you just put whatever you want. If it's a PvE emblem, then they give you a certain list of career and PvE stuff you can put on there. But here's my problem. I loved my Voidwalker kill emblem, you know, with the 3 or 4 little orbs, I guess they had on it. I always loved flashing that because all I play is Voidwalker. I had like almost 300,000 kills with my Voidwalker, and all I can put on there now is total kills on my account, and you know, a few other things. But here's the thing. When you put those, I like this and I don't like this. The part I like about it is you can customize and put whatever tracker you want on any emblem. That's great. That's nice and all, but now the emblems don't mean anything. Like the gold medal emblem for Crucible would track your gold medal emblems, and it would even list your separate gold medals, how many you got of each of those. I really had pride in that. Now I can still post it, but persons that are new to Destiny won't know what the hell that emblem even means.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
My KDA emblem, now I can still put my KDA on it, but it's only for this season. It's not my lifetime KDA. And if you're having a bad week, that can really affect it. And I don't know. I'm big into stats. I'm a big stat nerd. I play because I like collecting stats. That's what I like to do. I mean, it's like keeping score when you're playing a board game or anything. You know, it's half part of the gaming, man, is your pride in your accomplishments and whatever you decide to focus on. And now the way they have it set up, they have like a little symbol next to the tracker, so you know, but you have no context on what it means.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
any layman out there, or anybody who's not even paying attention, won't even realize what 200,000, 298,578 means on the emblem. So in other words, they'd have to inspect you and figure out what it means. And most people don't do that. Most people do just give you a quick look. Oh, he's got that emblem on. Oh, wow, he's got a lot of kills. Yeah, okay. Now it's like, I don't know. I like the customization of the trackers, but the way they're expressed, and they're not very easily visible to express what you're putting on the emblem. I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing is that my Iron Banner emblem from last season, which had 3,850 kills on it from the Iron Banner in that season, was my favorite one.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's gone.
But the tracker's gone.
And that's a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean to interrupt, but it's a memory, dude. You're remembering, season 9, how you kicked ass in Iron Banner and you got this many kills in one season. And granted, as Hazel's going to mention, they're going to put those back. They're putting those back in. But the problem is that now the emblem's moot. You can put that on any Crucible or General emblem now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I was reading something on Reddit, and I mean, it was just one of those random posts about, people whinging about shit. And I kind of felt what they were saying. And it's like, basically, who at Bungie thought it was a good idea to do this?
All I know is they must have some new system they're good putting in place, and they had to put this interface in at some point, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Would have been nice to let everybody know about it, though.
Right. And that was the other thing, was that people were like basically saying that, this is proof that Bungie doesn't care. And I'm like, I find it hard to say that.
I don't know.
I don't know that I'd go there. But...
These people love this game, man. They live this game. You can't tell them that they don't care. That's like saying you don't care about your daughter. I mean, come on, man. That's a given. You care about... Yeah. They care about the game. Maybe... I don't know. I don't know what... I don't know the internals of Bungie. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But some of their decision making lately, I just don't know where they're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
What they're trying to accomplish.
I don't dislike the new trackers. I just don't want my old ones gone.
Well, my biggest complaint, like I said, is they need to put some kind of emblem there that people can recognize what those kills are. Not just some generic PvE emblem that no one knows what it means.
Yeah. Well, because they don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's like you said, they're all decorative, which, doesn't mean anything.
Well, guess what emblem where I had all my Voidwalker kills, guess where that emblem went? It went in the trash can. It's no good anymore. It's just an ugly purple emblem now.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Why keep it?
I don't know.
I mean, it's like the Matrix proud the gold medals in Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can use that emblem and people might know that you've gotten some gold medals, but they don't know how many.
No, they don't. And granted, I think they're going to add those in there, but only.
Yeah, they're going to add they're adding a bunch later this month.
Yeah.
They're adding a lot, actually.
It's a lot.
But it's still just the fact that they're gone in the first place.
Well, the emblems just have no meaning now. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah, exactly. The things that we fought for and that we went to war over and things like that just don't mean anything anymore.
Like the flawless emblem for Year 1 Destiny, Trials of the Nine. I had a lot of pride in that. Or how many wins in Trials of the Nine you had. People who are just joining the game, they don't have any clue what those emblems mean.
No.
I don't know.
Like, that could be a complete
the Chest Knight one, it's like blue with the Chest Knight head on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a Trials emblem, but that's all I know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I could be a complete pleb and I could put fucking something like, what is it? Some...
Like Total account
random
kills.
like Izanami, tier of Izanami. I could put that on there with the number of prestige Spyro stars just because I like the way it looks. But people aren't going to know how it looks anymore.
They have to inspect you.
But, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just cautiously optimistic they're not going to screw this up any worse than they already have. And I think ultimately what they're going to do is they're going to give us hopefully, the number of times we've been crushed by Cabal balls. And then
I hope I could have that.
That would be awesome.
Tracker for real.
Or the number of times that the architects have killed us.
Right. That'd be a lot.
Right, exactly. That's what I want. I would never take that emblem off, or that icon, or that tracker off.
Sure.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see.
The best. I haven't not heard those yet, and I've been kind of disconnected from like Reddit and things lately. But those are the best trackers I've ever heard.
I think Hazel
that's
added
just
those.
wishful thinking. That's just wishful thinking.
Yeah,
that's
I think
simply all that is.
That's Hazel's imagination at work.
Crushed by cabals. That's
the
best.
Exactly right. So
all right,
and
so we're getting a bunch of new tracker stats that we can customize on our emblems that don't matter
that we already had before. So yeah,
right.
Okay, and then aside from that, there's been a lot of stink regarding basically Trials of Osiris, which has been the bane of existence for streamers, for just casuals, for pretty much fucking everybody. So apparently what's going on is, for the recap, the Aztecross video, the MTest video, things like that, pretty much they're getting error codes and getting booted out of games.
Beavered like crazy.
Yeah. Who'd know that Beaver was a bad thing now?
Are you getting?
I appreciate that.
Are you getting a bunch of Beaver codes on PS4 Link?
I've not gotten a lot of Beavers. I've gotten a few, mostly I've gotten a lot of weasels.
Yeah, I don't like weasels.
Sorry.
I
just keep laughing at weasels.
On PC, I get beavered. I get beavered all the time on PC.
Lucky you.
Guitars, right?
I'll save that soundbite for you, Hazel.
I appreciate that. All things beaver.
I'm just tired of getting beavered in Destiny 2.
I wish I could get beavered more, honestly.
Yeah, hey, beaver's not always a bad thing.
To our female listeners, we apologize. We're just disgusting old men.
That's true.
Yeah, we are very sorry. We don't mean to be. It's just.
Yeah,
we're just little kids.
My drink. I apologize. I'm 12 years old. The more I drink,
we're little kids in grown-up bodies. You probably know that by now. Anyway,
definitely.
I'm a little bit more drunk than usual. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Same here.
You know what's funny is everybody drinks when they come on the show, and I get caffeinated because I have to make sure Riddell doesn't fall apart. Easy used to take care of that for me, but now I've got to hold the damn ship up. I got to write this ship.
I appreciate what you do.
I do as well. You make me a better man.
Okay.
Or a worse man. One of those two.
You had me at hello.
That was the best response right there.
Yeah, way to go.
I'm learning. I'm catching on. I'm actually learning this comedy stuff.
Wow. I appreciate that. So, back to the whinging about Trials of Osiris. So basically, there's been that. There's been a shitstorm regarding apparently a shotgun was the third tier, or basically third win. And what streamers and god tier players were doing were basically resetting their card and then just farming noobs, basically, or casuals.
Yeah.
I believe the term is token slamming.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, they're bending you over a table, and then they are taking tokens away from you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they were doing this all just to get god tier shotgun.
Yeah.
And then they weren't moving beyond that. Then aside from that, aimbots on PC are apparently a thing.
I think
through walls.
I think they said that 200,000 people downloaded the aimbot glitch or the aimbot add-on or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
someone was giving
like $5, $10.
Well, now they said they're free. They're giving away for free to anybody who wants them. I'm like, I would never download that. I'm sure there's malware. I'm sure there's all kinds of crap in there that's going to take over your computer one day. And you know what?
Yeah.
Serves you right. You shouldn't have to use an aimbot in Crucible. I mean, come on. Everyone has their self-esteem, but why use an aimbot?
Okay.
You know, I got to...
Okay.
But hold
up.
I got a rant too. You go first.
Okay. But here's the thing, though. Okay. Bungie should be able to fucking track this.
Right.
Bungie should be able to fucking just, use the ban hammer and just boot motherfuckers out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be rocket science.
And they said they have.
It shouldn't be this big of an issue.
For the record, they said they've done a lot of bans.
They said they've done over like 1,000 accounts and things like this. But here's the thing, is that apparently they're not doing enough.
All right, here's a scenario, and I think I heard this from Astacross today in one of his videos and about trials. He says that he tracked one player who had 4 ranked up accounts, powered accounts, and as soon as they would ban one, he would immediately just switch over to the next account. And as soon as they banned his second account, as soon as he was banned from that account, he would go to his third account. As soon as they banned him on the third account, he would go to his fourth account. And by the time he was done and got banned on his fourth account, his first ban had released on his first character. So all he did was just cycle through 4 characters that he, I don't know how he ranked them up or whatever, but Astacross, his big, I guess his big stink is we just need to create a paywall. That way the free-to-play players that want to come in, like he said, buy the goddamn game. I mean, he says, I remember buying a game for $12 a month when I was 15 years old. I said, you're a grown-up person. Buy the damn game. It's not that much money.
Yeah.
If you want to play Trials, you want to get that high-level competition in Crucible. And I'll tell you what, I got to mention this. I was watching Crafty, King Gathalion, and Click It play this morning. And, dude, it was just sad. Crafty, God bless him. He's trying his best. But the problem is, someone would jump through a door and snipe him in one shot, and every time, boom, dead, one shot, perfect headshot. And he's not bitching. He's not bitching because he's a good player and he has his integrity. I get it, but he's looking at the chat going, and then today, also when I was watching, someone slid through with a hand cannon, one shot at him with a hand cannon. I don't know any hand cannons out there that can one shot a person in one shot. And they said, Crafty said, there is a glitch out there where some hand cannons are doing more damage than they're supposed to. Bullshit. That was an aimbot. Guarantee that was an aimbot. And then they said there's another cheat where you have higher damage or double damage or something, and you can toggle it on and off as you need to. You know what, dude? Here's my attitude toward Trials right now. I'm not getting near this with a 10-foot pole. I'm not touching Trials right now. I'm watching these hardcore streamers just struggle. They used to get flawless tickets in 40 minutes and be on to the next ticket, and they'd carry people to the tower, to the lighthouse and stuff. Now, and he even played with Dr. Disrespect today, and poor Dr. Disrespect, he's a really good player. He plays a lot of different shooters, and he was coming in, and, he was learning the game. He didn't know all the particulars about Destiny, but when he came in, I felt like this guy has no clue what he's walking into. Because there's so many cheats right now. Even in regular Crucible, it's happening. And the problem is they have what they call soft aimbotting now, where someone can toggle it or just put enough aim assist. I guess they can adjust the aim assist from crazy good to maybe a little bit better. And so when you get one shot by a sniper or a hand cannon, like I said, or something like that, you have to just kind of wonder. And Crafty said it best this morning. He says, you just never know if it was an aimbot shot or whether it was actually just a really good shot. And it's just sad. It is just sad that Crucible's come to this. It's like the inmates are running the prison right now in Crucible. It's really that bad. There's so many people out there cheating. And I got to admit, and if I was in Bungie's shoes, I'd be going, holy shit, what do we do? What do we do about this? And I think it won't fix the problem, but it might help the problem a little bit, is maybe Trials, maybe make it a seasonal thing you have to buy into. Maybe that'll help fix it a little bit, because then people won't just goof around and have fun on free accounts and not care if they get banned. Yeah. Rant over.
That's one nice thing about being on a console still, is that it's much less of an issue on console.
I heard that.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
paywall is actually not a bad idea because for the high-end competitive PvP, if you want in on it, paying for it means is reasonable because you're going to pay to enter a tournament. Most tournaments, a lot of tournaments.
And if they're a hardcore player, not to interrupt, but if they're a hardcore player, they're going to spend the time to get their accounts as high as power as possible so they can compete because power matters, right? I think they thought they were going to fix it. Anyway. I thought they were going to fix it. I think deep down they thought, okay, we'll make it power enabled. That way people just can't come in with a 750 character and start owning people. I think they thought that would be enough of a deterrent. I don't think it's enough. I think they need to put a paywall behind it. I agree with that.
It's really not that hard to make 1,000 power. It's just not.
Not anymore. It's a lot easier. Mm-hmm. I'm playing casually and I'm
1,000 with blues.
Yeah.
Ultimately. So, I mean.
How many videos are out there on how to power up to 1,010 in a day?
Well, they don't even allow pinnacle power to affect it anyway. You're capped at 1,000.
Yeah.
So your pinnacle power doesn't matter.
True.
Which I thought was kind of disappointing because, you start running pinnacles to try and get a little bit of a power edge. Which, granted, does still tip the balance in the favor of the people who can play more.
Yeah.
But, or with good REG. I didn't get that this week, this season. But, ultimately, it still is it's capped at 1,000, and you can get that with blues. You have to do a single powerful drop.
Here's a problem, too. I know, Hazel, you have other things to talk about. Let's look at Call of Duty Warzone. What do you need to do to play Warzone? Download the free-to-play game and jump in and play. Grab a gun, start shooting and killing people. What do you got to do to play Trials? You got to invest a ton of time. You got to level up. You got to get all the meta weapons that you might not get automatically because they're random drops. You got to do all this work just to be able to play Crucible. If people are going to go through all that just to play a high-level event like Trials of Osiris, why not just make it part of the package? Why not just make it make it pay to play? Make it pay to play.
Well, I think that Bungie, the way their mind works right now is that, up until basically this Thursday, was that they felt that was the paywall.
Yeah.
That
all the time.
If somebody wanted to invest that much time and effort and things like that into getting it, then that's what they would have to do. Is they'd have to play the game, try to get the meta weapons, do the the ritual weapons and things like that to get them.
Dude, you can buy a fully leveled character for $5 on the internet these days.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So that's a total failure on Destiny's part, on Bungie's part.
Bungie sells that.
Cheap.
$5. You can get an account. I don't know. It's just sad, man, because Trials was a high level event I love watching. And now it seems like even when I'm watching streamers that just own people in the day. And you can see when they're struggling this hard, there's a lot of foul play. There's a lot of garbage shit out there that just ruins the integrity of the game. I mean, when someone shoots you and like I said, when someone shoots you and you get popped, instead of going, wow, that was a great shot. Now you're like, did he have an aimbot? Did he have a soft aimbot? Or was that just a really good shot? And the fact that you have to even question it just totally tarnishes this game now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. At least on, PC it does.
Well, I think, too, though, it's like, like I said, yeah, I don't have to worry, playing entirely on PS4. I don't have to worry about aimbots and stuff. But the thing is that this stuff gets spread around YouTube and Reddit and all the different places, and the player population still drops no matter what.
Yeah.
And Ascended Nomad on Reddit, like Crucible Playbook, he had a really good post about how he was talking about skill creep as kind of comparable to power creep, where as players, even ignoring the whole PC thing and the aimbots and the hacks and things, when they make the drops like the Astral Horizon shotgun as a 3-win drop, and they start farming the wins for that, or farming 3 wins for their shotguns.
Right.
Reset their card and do the whole thing. What you end up with is a drastically reduced player population that is made up of higher and higher skilled players, losing all the bottom, end of that over and over again, as it creeps up and up and up. And eventually you have just recovs and streamers.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no way to get around it.
It's just sad.
Unless, you figure out a way to make the loot system work in a way where you can't just farm it for tokens, or you can't just farm it for that one drop. You know, you keep the population up. You got to give everybody a reason to be there. And I know a lot of people don't like in Trials of the Nine, where you could get a clan engram and get a Trials drop.
Yeah.
I get that. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
But if you play the mode, you got to get something.
I will go back to last week's show, where I'll reiterate what I said again. Don't make it where you have to win 3 times to go to and turn in tokens. And let us keep our tokens week to week. The casuals need this because we don't have all weekend to play this. If we had all weekend and we finally got lucky enough to get those 3 wins without losing 4, which is basically what you got to do to accomplish that. And it's bad enough you have to find a killer team to play with. I mean, if you go in there as just a bunch of beginner Crucible players, you're just going to get stomped. I'm sorry. I'm just being truthful. This is high-level Crucible play. Let us keep the damn tokens. I mean, if we have an investment where we can gather some tokens up and just start investing time into the game to learn how the game works, you're going to get more people in circulation. But the fact that you have to win 3 just to go even talk to St. 14, even turn any tokens in, and then to boot, you only have the weekend to even hold your tokens. That's just that's 2 strikes for me, man. I don't know. I said that last week. Yep.
And I like being punished as far as PvP goes. Because that's how you learn. But at the same time,
just PvP. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I don't judge any kinks. No.
I love the game mode.
Shame.
I love the game mode. I love the game. It's just, I love being able to challenge myself to get better every week. But why? I mean, I love playing on PC, and I'd play on PS4. I have no problem with that. And even if we don't have to deal with aimbots and all that, if everyone is token slamming after 3 and resetting their card every time, you're going to get the same hardcore players coming around every time, and you're just going to throw your hands up and say, "Fuck this, I'm out. I'm going to go play regular Crucible where I don't get punished."
Yeah. Well, I read one thing that that Bungie. I guess it was tongue in cheek, hopefully, but it was that maybe Bungie thought that they fixed it by moving the sniper rifle to 7.
Right. Right.
And it's like, oh, I hope that's not the actual mindset. I mean, I hope that's just a Band-Aid over the issue.
And then to boot, Hazel, you only get, when you turn tokens in, you only get what you've unlocked that week. So, good luck. I'll just go play Crucible. And Iron Banner rolls around, I'll be there in a heart, in a New York minute. But I think for now, I'm just going to sit back and see how this Trials ends up. And I think there's a lot of casual players out there like me that are doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I have a little bit of a gripe with. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I have a little bit of a gripe with Iron Banner, and I get it, like the way the skill-based matchmaking works and having a team and going with a group of players and it starts stacking against you. But that kind of makes it unfun in a way where it just punishes you for playing with your friends. Where, like, if I really want to grind Iron Banner and do well and have good stats, I have to play solo. Yeah. And that's not fun. I want to play with a team. It's fun,
Well, usually, according to the matchmaking on skill-based matchmaking, if you're in a group, you're measured up. If you get a bunch of random players in your group, a bunch of single players, supposedly they're going to be a little bit higher skill than the group overall. This is what me and Warcry, and when we're in groups of 3 or 4, we found. We play a bunch of individual players against us in whatever, control, any kind of skill-based matchmaking. We find that we got some real killers on the other team, and I always cringe when I see that setup.
When you go in as a stack of 4 or 5 or 6, whatever, and you see all singles, you're like, oh, man.
Yeah. Those singles are going to be really good players compared to the group.
It's kind of frustrating. Of course, then there's the whole lag issues with Iron Banner, which is kind of a newer thing for me. Like, I didn't notice it so much before, but I've definitely noticed it now.
Yeah. And I play on PC mainly, so the population's like a quarter of the size of PS4. So I'm dealing with even fewer players in the pool. So, yeah, all right. Well, I think I've bitched and moaned enough. I'm sure people are tired of hearing it. Hazel, what else we got this week, man? Not to get off on a huge tangent here.
So, aside from all that, basically what Bungie's saying is that, hey, we're listening. And they are, like they said, they've already banned 1,000 accounts and things along those lines. So, they are trying something. they're looking into other things. They are asking people to report issues as they come up, all that good stuff. So,
I'll repeat:
you know,
200,000 people downloaded that that aimbot on PC. They
Well,
banned.
yeah,
you just said they banned 1,000, right?
it's just to be competitive. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's just to be competitive.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know,
All right.
you know, shit. If I were on PC, I would too, and be like, hey, you know, fix your fucking game, and then I'll, you know, be all right with it.
Yeah.
But, you know, until then, it's you know, it's the Wild West.
It certainly
Or
is that.
Or it's the aimbot West.
Or double damage West, or
Is it Westworld?
infinite health West, or
Yeah, it's Westworld. You know, it is whatever you want it to be.
yeah.
You know, if you want to get bent over a table, then we have that on tap.
If you want to be shot and just thrown back in the pool and reactivated and thrown back out in the pool again, yep. Just
Yeah,
like
if you want to
Westworld.
take your, you know, your keyboard controller, whatever you use, and throw it through your monitor, you know, we have that. You know,
Okay.
come play with us. Yeah, or you can play console. You don't have to worry about none of that shit.
All right. I've
It's
spoken
not
my
hacking.
piece.
Yeah,
They got some work to do. They got some work to do.
yeah. I just want to know what they've been doing for the past 2 fucking years. Moving on.
Yeah.
So, all that being said, that's all in the TWAB. Besides that, watch the videos; they're fun.
I did want to mention. I don't know if you saw this or not, but they did another community profile this week. They just released it.
Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu's out there. She's a really nice gal and really great player. She's actually good at PvP too. I've watched her streams. Really great girl. I say girl. Everybody's young to me, I guess.
Woman.
Really great woman. She's a great player, and she's good representative of female gamers out there. And she's hardcore, man. She's hardcore. So check that little community story out. It's very interesting. That's it?
I'll say too. I'm
Yes, sir.
excited that they're at least investigating reports of players who have their emblems blacked out completely with power payment zero.
Yes.
Because the roster
Yeah.
bug is super frustrating. I just call it the Rona now.
It happened to
Digital Rona.
yeah, it happened to me in Warcry, and then when
Nice.
my son and I were gaming, his was blacked out. So it's frustrating.
Because you can't join them, you can't
invite them.
all kinds of things. You can't inspect them. You know.
Yeah, that's definitely something
Yeah.
we need to work on right away. Yeah,
Yeah, and they're looking into that. So
we
that was
love
cool
this.
to see.
We love this game. That's why we bitch and moan about it. If we didn't care, we wouldn't even be talking about it, right?
Damn straight.
We'd be talking about Division 2. Anyway, okay. I
Would
think
we?
I don't know.
Something anyway.
You know what? I
kid.
think we got some really great Discord and Twitter questions out there. So let's get to those right after this.
Here we go. Well,
Here
figure it out.
yeah, here we go. Well, why not? Let's go. All right,
I'm
all right.
just really excited when you asked me about tell me about yourself. I didn't just go. That's pretty much all I had for a long time.
Well, it's that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our Twitter and Discord questions. Yeah, this is, where our community likes to send questions our way, mainly to embarrass me, probably, but Hazel likes to pitch in as well a little bit every now and then. Of course, our guests get to answer. We like to share around here, right, Hazel?
Exactly, man.
Yeah. So we're going to start out here. I'm going to start with Machinimac. We haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Where you been? He's got a question for the show. He says, if you could own a large exotic pet, i.e. a tiger, what would you have? I'd have a great white, and I'd feed it people I dislike. Love you lot. Moshex. Good question, man. What do you think, Link? What would you have, man?
I mean, growing up, I definitely would have been a tiger with the Tiger King memes right now. I hate to say that. I totally wanted a tiger growing up. I mean, a big
Just
cat,
don't piss off your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Don't piss her off. Especially if she likes her tigers, too.
Yeah. Or a finger monkey.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know.
What the fuck is a finger monkey?
It's a monkey that rips your finger right off your hand and eats
No,
it.
it's actually a little tiny, like a lemur or something. They're little bitty monkeys, and they finger sized. Literally, they'll hold your finger. They're 4 inches tall or something.
Oh my god.
Google it.
What?
And I was actually asking my sister about this. I was like, I don't know what animal I would say other than a tiger. And I don't really want to say a tiger right now because Tiger King. And she was like, "What about a finger monkey?" I was like, "That's a good idea. Finger monkey, yeah." So, tiger or finger monkey.
Good answer.
But
Good
not
answer.
a chimpanzee because they're crazy. Don't mess
Yeah,
with chimpanzees.
they're stronger than you. They'll rip you apart.
Well, I mean, so are gorillas and orangutans, but I
Yes.
think they're cooler and a little bit more chill than chimpanzees. They want to eat your face.
Oh, they'll just take your face off
Yeah.
and then yell at you. What about you, Hazel?
And then yell at you.
What would be your large exotic pet?
Well, I think that I've had enough to drink to answer this question tonight.
Okay.
So, what I would say, I wouldn't let my daughter play with it, obviously, but I would have to say like maybe a T-Rex.
Oh, wow, you're going way out there.
Going
That is exotic.
prehistoric.
That is exotic.
Yeah.
There's not many of those in the
because, well, I
world.
mean, are there any?
That was my
not that I'm
point.
aware of.
That was my
Yeah.
point.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
But a T-Rex,
maybe.
yeah. Actually, fucking kick ass.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know dinosaurs
exactly.
were allowed, but I mean, there's a lot of cool
See?
dinosaurs out there.
I mean, I didn't know they weren't.
What about those little miniature T-Rexes that were in on the beach that time in that the movie
Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park, the last one. Remember the little ones that would gang up on you and eat you like piranha?
The raptors, yeah.
No. The little
No,
tiny ones on the
are
beach.
like
the real small ones.
Deinonychus or
Like 3 or 4
something
feet
small.
high. Real small.
Oh,
You'd see
shit,
one of
that's
them and you
fucking
go,
terrifying.
oh, look at that one little cute thing. And all of a sudden you see 5 or 10 around you and you're like, oh, back up slow.
I'm trying to think of my favorite dinosaur. It's that one that like head.
Triceratops
Yeah.
was mine. Triceratops. It just said fuck you all and just would just hit you. It's like a titan. It just ram you. Wouldn't even care.
Your inner
Like
Titan
me.
is showing.
Yeah. Be careful with that.
I gotta admit, man, that Titan Slam is kind of fun to play. Kind of fun to go around and just.
Actually, I'm a fan of Middle Tree Arc Titan, the inertia override and stuff.
You like the
Thunder Crash.
You like Missile?
Yeah.
That's me. Code of the Missile, baby. Yeah, I know you can't. You like flying in the air and slam it down on people. I like that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I use Top Tree if I'm gonna do, because I like the extra grenade. It's a lot of fun. How do we get off on that conversation? All right, you guys know what my exotic pet's gonna be, right? Do we have to guess?
Alligator?
It's gonna be a gator. Absolutely.
Oh,
I used to have a pet gator. I grew up on acreage. We used to have a little pond. We had one in the front, one in the back, and I had like about 4-foot gator. I would feed every day. It's pretty fun. And being in
had a
Florida,
pet deer.
things everywhere. Yeah, man, it's nice having a pet. But
got a fucking
I'm pretty
beagle.
sure we ate the deer though.
you want to have fun with a gator.
That's
You
Arkansas for you.
you throw a bobber out there with a hook underneath it, and they would come right up to the bobber and just go whoop, and you'd have the best fun of your life with a fishing rod. But as soon as he got to the, as soon as you finally won the fight and he got up to you on the shore, you drop everything and run. It was so much fun. Good times. Good times. All right. What have we got next here, Hazel?
I am not drunk enough for that fucking conversation.
Okay. I'll leave it at that.
All right. You sound like you're the next Tiger King out there, Gator King.
I like
All
it.
right.
You know,
From Uncle Scumdeath. Who is the most kick-ass woman out of Ellen Ripley from the Alien movies or Sarah Connor from the Terminator movie?
My wife and I had this conversation on our walk this morning. If you don't mind, I'll go first.
go for it because I'm not sure.
Well, think about this. Let's think logically.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time Ripley was in an Alien movie? It's been a long time. I think it was 1997 to be exact. Now,
Alien
when
Resurrection, whatever the hell that was.
no, they didn't have her in it. Prometheus didn't have her in it either.
Resurrection? She was
no,
in
Resurrection was a video game.
No, it wasn't.
My wife said it was a video game. It was a movie. Is it a movie? Okay. Even then, let's say what, 2006 maybe at the most? I'm guessing for Resurrection. When's the last time you saw Sarah O'Connor? Or Sarah Connor? Not Sarah O'Connor. That's a justice. Sarah Connor. God damn it. Sarah Connor. When's the last time you saw her? Wasn't it last year in the last Terminator movie? This
Yeah,
woman's
with the walker.
This woman's 60-year-old, 60, she's 60-year-old, 60 years old, and has a damn machine gun in her hand, cutting through Terminators. So you know what my answer is going to be. It's going to be Sarah Connor. She's still fighting the good fight. Where the hell is where's Ripley been lately?
Contract negotiations.
Maybe. Well, she is going to be in the new Ghostbusters if that ever gets released.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wait, Sarah Connor's going to be in Ghostbusters?
No. Ellen Ripley. Her alter ego.
It's a crossover. It's a crossover between
movie.
aliens and
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
it's a crossover. Yeah, you just got to get it. Yeah.
Honestly, that's a hard call for me. I'm pretty big fans of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Ripley birthed an alien, if I recall correctly, and that's pretty badass.
Yeah, that is true. You got a good point.
And Sarah Connor just birthed a surly teenager. I mean, he wasn't a teenager when he was born, but
John Connor.
Surly.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And if you've seen Terminator 2, you're like, oh god, that kid's irritating. So I don't know, but she's kind of a badass too. So I'm kind of leaning towards Ripley, but I like them both.
Well, that dark shit, man.
Go post-apocalyptic though. I generally have to go with post-apocalyptic stories in general, so I'll go Sarah Connor actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can respect that. Even though it's wrong.
What?
But I can respect that.
What?
I mean,
yeah, it's
what?
Ripley all the way.
What?
I mean, I don't entirely disagree, so I'm just gonna.
I mean, okay, that dark ship was scary as hell, no doubt, and Sarah Connor's out in the open. I get that part.
She got in a fucking robot walker thing and fought the queen.
Yeah, but you
what?
could machine gun the hell out of an alien that was coming at you. It took the whole round, took the whole clip.
Acid blood.
Yes,
acid blood.
But Sarah Connor would use a bazooka.
Yeah.
She would use a bazooka to shoot a Terminator, and it would form back and keep coming at you.
I'm pretty sure that Ripley would have shot a bazooka or a rocket launcher or anything else she had with her.
Still would,
she had it.
But would the alien get back up and come at her? No. It'd be in pieces.
No, it wouldn't. Yeah.
So Sarah Connor's the badass.
So wrong.
Because the enemies just keep coming. You can't kill them.
Well,
That's
apparently you can because that's how the movie ends.
Well, eventually, yeah. But it's a very it's a very tough situation. Where in certain circumstance, you have to get them in order to kill them. I didn't think she'd ever kill them.
That's a molten metal.
Yeah, you have to melt them. You have to keep them you have to keep them in a stasis.
I just go to Hawaii. Live the good life. The Terminator shows up and then be like, tricking me to get into the volcano.
All right, well, so good answer, Link. We know we're correct on that one. All right. This is from Uncle Scumdeath again. Great question. What is the best one-liner in a movie?
Oh.
I know mine right off the bat, but I want to hear yours first.
Oh, I don't know, man. I got to think about that. I didn't see that one.
All right, I'll say mine. It is from Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, where Bill Murray's in the library and the ghost runs at him. What's the first thing he said as they turn the corner? I've been slimed.
Mm-hmm.
Best one-liner in a movie.
I could see that.
No, actually,
yeah.
He actually says, "She slimed me."
She slimed me. Yeah, that's right.
I think to be accurate. Hazel, I can't wait to hear your answer.
Oh.
Don't wait. I got you stumped?
No, I'm not stumped. It's just there's so many because, I mean, something about me is that I'm a big, movie guy.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like nails on a chalkboard when you say, the wrong movie. But anyway.
Okay, whatever. Whatever, Boomer.
That's my line. But, I have show notes, believe it or not, as unprepared as I may seem.
Oh shit, I'm gonna faint. Getting lightheaded. Hold on a sec, I need to take a break.
Yeah, sorry. A little peek behind the curtain here.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I had 3 of them.
Wow.
And I think like the one that really I like the most is this one. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North. Yeah, exactly, right? I just say that and you immediately get wood, right?
That's a damn good saying.
Yeah.
General of the Felix Legions and loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius. Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I got you.
Fucking chills.
Ridley makes some
Oh,
good moves.
That's
okay.
a good choice, though. That's a good choice, though.
That's a good runner-up. Okay.
Yeah. My name is Inigo Montoya. Prepare to die.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Princess Bride. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yep.
You got any more? You said you had 2 more. Let's hear them.
Oh, I do, but I mean, it's, that's the one that I would say that
Okay.
for me is.
All right.
That's a good one. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I can't follow up with, with what he said.
Okay.
It's like,
There's also no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Wait,
Gets the lotion.
Kenny, did you have one? Did I miss that?
Who?
Did you have one?
I already said
One-liner?
it.
What was your one-liner?
I think that was his.
Reaching in the basket?
No, it puts the lotion in the basket.
Oh, I didn't hear. Okay, my bad. That's good one, yeah.
That's just another
I'm
one.
thinking of other ones now.
I think this
I
is
know-
why my wife just listens to our questions.
They're all flooded in. They're all flooding in. I can't stop them. All right. Reach into the other basket, Hazel, and grab another question.
The other basket. I
Not-
thought we
not-
only had one basket.
No, not the one with the lotion in it.
You know, lotion with basket with lotion. Okay. Anyway, all right. So this one actually gave me fucking chills. And I don't want to disparage anybody in our Discord, but I have to say that Uncle Scumdeath is probably the worst person on the earth because of this question.
What?
This morning, I saw a huge spider in the bath before I went to work. So living in a household with people who are terrified of spiders, I chuckled to myself and went off to work. When was the last time you were mean to your family? Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Worst person on the earth is Uncle Scumdeath right there.
Spiders are good for the world. They do not hurt
No.
They are.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
like
they
spiders.
all deserve to die.
No.
No, mosquitoes all deserve to die.
Yes.
Spiders are pretty okay.
Yeah, them too. No,
Spiders are
no,
beneficial.
Fuck spiders.
99%
Fuck
of
spiders.
spiders are beneficial. Even the poisonous ones are beneficial, but
Fuck spiders.
we'll count that 1%.
I don't know if I can say it like emphatic enough.
Okay. I'm an exterminator and I hate spiders, okay? When they get in the corner of my roof, those big tree spiders in Florida, in the summer they like to get up in the corner of the roof in your room and just stare down at you and wait for you to go to sleep.
Yeah.
No.
Just fucking burn your house down.
No,
There you
no. It's called a 9-iron. You flip the 9-iron around and you go done.
No, you burn your house down and then you go like, no, fuck you.
No, you call me. You call me. I'll take care of it. For a fee.
Yeah. I'd rather burn my house down.
You have an answer for this, Link?
Actually, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Let's see. What was I mean to my family?
Mean to my family. I got to think about
Pretty mean to
this.
my family.
I'm sorry. I did not do my
Real.
research on this. Damn, did Uncle?
The answer is they're always mean.
Yeah, I'm always mean to them. I like when they say like, "Where are we going?" I like to say "crazy."
I'm gonna borrow that.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm dead. You know, dad jokes. And I feel like they're kind of mean in their own way.
I would just torture them when they say, "Are we there yet?" I'll say 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So 5 minutes will pass, or 7 minutes will pass.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Classic. Yeah.
And when they eventually get that I just keep adding 5 minutes, they eventually shut up and leave me alone and let me drive.
That's amazing.
That's where I was terrible to my family. I can't think of any other time.
Yeah, I bet your wife would. But
I don't know. Have you ever Dutch ovened your wife? I mean, that's pretty mean too.
If I want to stay married, I will not do that. I thought about it.
I think
trust
he
me.
already said he did.
No, I've never Dutch ovened
In a
my
previous
wife.
episode.
No, I've never done it. I'm not. No, I'm on the record. I've never done it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hate to.
I don't need to
disappoint
matter
you.
bad enough. It doesn't matter.
I don't need to Dutch oven people. I do health checks all the time in my house.
The fuck's a health check?
Never mind. If it smells normal, then I'm in good shape. If it smells really bad, then there's something going on I need to take care of.
Like check your pants?
How do we get to this? Okay. So
I blame Dad Tales, or not Dad Tales, but Destiny Addicts, because I listened to their 100th episode, and they actually interviewed Deej. It was pretty cool.
Really?
It was a great moment.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I definitely would urge people to check that out.
Their 100th, huh?
Yeah, their 100th. So it was a good interview with Deej.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm mean to my family all the time.
Too many to count.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a troll to them as much as I'm a troll to you guys. So yeah.
Okay.
Minus the GIFs.
No, I'll send some of those to my kids too.
I got one from
the older ones, not the younger ones.
I've got one from Chubby Wizard here. Question for the show: do you have any songs that help you put you in a better place? These are a few of mine. Rita Mae Young by The Record Company. I Need Never Get Old by Nathaniel Radcliffe, and The Night Sweats and Shine by Mondo Cosmo. I hope these help brighten your mood a little. Thanks, love the show, and thank you guys for providing a distraction from the real world for at least a little while. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
3 hours, yeah.
Yeah, we try, man. We try to distract you for a long time. What about you, Link? Any songs that put you in a different place?
Well, first of all, shout out I Need Never Get Old by Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. That's a really good song. I like him a lot. And it's a good choice. I don't know. There's not a lot of happy music, but I don't know. Let's see. There's a few probably. Almost anything by Van Morrison makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't think of like a good mood song. I don't usually listen to music that's really super happy and brightens my mood, which is kind of weird, but it's kind of like a cathartic thing. I don't know. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
I've got at least two songs that I play all the time that put me in a good mood. Mainly because it whenever I hear a song that I love, it throws me back to that moment when I first heard it. And if I want to flash back to the 90s, I go with Collective Soul, All That I Know. Great song. Brings me back to a good time in my life when my kids were just being born. And I know we had a music episode few episodes ago, but that's one I forgot. It's really good. And you can always play some Coldplay. Coldplay is such positive music. And God Put a Smile Upon Your Face. It's one of my favorite Coldplay songs of all time. Those are my two at least. There's tons of music that I listen to get away. In fact, I'm going to share a couple later on tonight in the show. How about you, Hazel? What do you got, man?
So for me, I really don't listen to happy music too much either. But having a 4.5-year-old and then a wife who's a life coach, I'm sort of surrounded by happy music all the time.
Which is why you don't listen to it.
That makes sense, yeah.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. So, every morning my wife will play that song by Fitz and the Tantrums.
Oh.
I Just Want to Shine.
Nice.
It's the fucking catchiest goddamn song
They're
ever.
great. They're a great group.
I think I might be lucky that I don't know that one because it sounds excessively sweet.
It does, actually. Puts a rainbow in your heart.
One of their newest songs is in my playlist. It's gonna be in the playlist in future episodes. I'm not gonna share it now though. But they're a good group.
Yeah. Yep. So, it's like you'll feel your heart. You listen to the song and your heart grows 3 sizes.
Nice.
So, yeah, exactly.
Positive music.
So don't do it. And then I introduced my daughter to "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
So yeah, it's all that kind of stuff. It's just But another song too is like "Walking on Sunshine."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, it worked for the Ghostbusters, right?
duh.
What was that group that sings that?
Ooh.
Is it the Banshees? No. I'm not googling it. I'm just trying to guess off the top of my head.
Katrina and the Waves.
Katrina and the Waves. Yes.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I hear Link frantically typing.
That's
over
fine. No problem. Makes me look good. Yeah, Katrina and the Waves. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
What's funny is I did think of one, actually.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's called In the Meantime by Space Hog.
Oh.
It's a real good 90s
there.
kind of psychedelic rock. I like that song in an extra special way.
Very cool, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say one song actually that I listened to that actually made me think of this is "Sunshine" that I actually have on our playlist by Atmosphere.
Okay.
Sounds happy.
Yeah,
Good deal.
I'll be damned.
Well, we got a few left. Hazel, why don't you grab another one?
Shit. There we
There's
are.
one question about that. I recall that one.
Ah, yes, there is. And more than likely, Gator's going to stick me with that because any question he does not feel like asking, he
No,
finds
I'll
a way
ask it.
to let
I'll
me know.
ask it. I don't care. I ain't scared.
Nice. All right. Uncle Scumdeath, question for the show. The stand on the Nintendo Switch is the worst piece of engineering I have ever seen. It is completely not built for purpose. You just lightly touch it, it flies across the room. What is the worst piece of engineering you've ever seen? I mostly listen to the show whilst trying to put my Switch on its stand.
Good answer. Boy.
I have an answer to this one already.
Let's go.
The Ford Pinto.
Explain.
You hit the rear end of it and
Yes,
it fucking blows up.
explodes. Yes, I know. All right, I want to make sure you knew that. I was just verifying your answer.
What?
For me, I was in the military, and a lot of military engineering is really bad because the whole the way the contracting works and stuff. But in general, having come up and worked in the trades a lot over the years, I'm generally not a fan of anything that's been designed by an engineer because engineers don't work in the field and they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, on paper it looks great.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
But when you do it in the field, sometimes it's just some of the dumbest stuff I've ever seen.
Are you referring to the Army Corps of Engineers?
Just engineers in general.
Okay. I'll to clarify. So, just about everything.
Get the guy in trouble.
I'm not. I'm just. So, just about everything you've dealt with in the military, in other words.
Yeah, pretty much anything designed by an engineer is terrible. No offense to engineers.
So many bad stuff out there. I've been trying to think of something. There's tons of little plastic pieces of garbage. I just recently replaced my roller mouse. I don't use a regular gaming mouse. I have carpal tunnel, so I have to use a roller mouse where my thumb does all the work. And my roller mouse just bit the dust. And the tiny little piece that you put in the computer for the Bluetooth, that piece of shit gets lost all the time. It flies out of your fingers and finds the nearest crack and crevice in your office. And you're just searching around with a flashlight trying to find this little piece of crap. So I guess that'll be my answer. Sorry, Uncle Skimmeth, I don't have a good answer for that one. But I might have a good answer for your next question. No, I'll leave that for Hazel. I'll ask the controversial question here. This is from Drafty. He says, do you worry about how well you wipe if you're showering immediately after pooping? I'll pose that to you guys first.
I mean, I don't ever worry about it because I'm always very thorough about that sort of thing. I just wipe until there's nothing left to wipe.
Nice.
Yeah, I go through a lot of TP because I make sure it's clean. And I even actually had these things called dude wipes. Have you guys ever heard of these?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I use those when I need to as well. I gotta share what Mosh said. Did you see what Mosh said?
Share it with us.
Okay. Of course, I am the one who slaps. Mitchie slaps. Says, why even bother at all? But it was also shared by Mosh that, listen to this. I tend to blast it off and pebble dash the bath, then casually shower away the grit. That just had me in tears. That had me in tears when he said that. Just the picture, just the way he stated that sentence. Must be an English thing. I don't know, but damn, pebble dash the bath. I got to keep that one in my keep that in my book for later. Holy shit. What was your? I don't think, Hazel, you gave us an answer.
No, I actually didn't. But no, I used to not really care. But then come to find out that poof, who knows? Having a daughter is no reprieve. So there was one time where I'm like, okay, I really probably need to, pay more attention at all times, regardless of whatever is going on. So yeah, I've gotten significantly better at doing certain things like that.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, take us out, Hazel. Last question.
All right, Uncle Scumdeath. I love anything about the military, and I love reading books about warfare. My favorite piece of military hardware is the Apache helicopter. It's so hardcore. What is your favorite piece of military hardware?
Well, let's refer us to the military vet.
Well, while the Apache is definitely very high on that list of hardcore and badass military hardware, my personal favorite is the Mark 19 belt-fed full auto grenade launcher.
What?
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit.
Like the
belt-fed.
Yeah, basically, like a belt-fed machine gun, as far as that goes, but it fires 40 millimeter.
Holy crap!
Grenades.
Jesus.
40 millimeter is huge.
Yeah, I mean it's like a standard, like the same thing as like your noob tubes, like in the Call of Duty underbarrel grenade launcher. It's a 40 millimeter grenade launcher.
Wow.
Or grenade.
Yeah.
And it's belt-fed. It just kind of like doom, 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 doom. And then you hear in the distance, boom, boom, boom. Other than that, maybe the A-10 Warthog miniguns.
Oh, yes, that's a great
There is nothing quite like the sound of a minigun going off in the distance. And just imagining the just complete annihilation of whatever it's targeting. That's probably the two main things besides the Apache, which is definitely in the top 3 or 4 for sure.
You guys, you missed the Harrier jump jet.
That was mine.
I'm sorry, Hazel. That was mine,
Yep.
man. Sorry. That was my favorite. It's so... I realize they're not probably the best maneuverable jets. They're probably pretty slow otherwise, but the way they can take off...
That's pretty cool.
It's badass, dude. It's just amazing how they can redirect that flow. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd say aside from that, I mean, I didn't even know that the fucking belt-fed grenade launcher was a thing, but I would have to go with that.
Google it, man.
That's
YouTube. It's just like...
That's badass.
I've never fired one, like a live, round one. I fired they're like chalk rounds.
Right.
But, that's probably my favorite. I did fire a live AT-4, which is a anti-tank shoulder-fired rocket. That was pretty cool. It's like $12,000 to $14,000 per shot.
God almighty.
That's how I thought about it. It was like I was shooting money, basically. It was pretty fun.
Nuts, man. That is nuts.
Yeah.
The amount of money for it weapons cost, just astounding. Especially when you start getting into bigger stuff, like bigger equipment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, hey, great questions, everybody. Keep them coming for next week. If we get questions like that every week, I'm going to be a happy person. I love questions like that. I don't mind going off the radar a little bit. Don't mind it at all. So thank you for submitting them, guys. I just want to remind you that we do have a permanent channel in our Discord under our pod called Podcast Questions. And anytime you think of one, even if you don't know who the guest is, just throw it in there. We'll definitely answer it. I don't think we've skipped a question to date. I don't believe we have. And I remember the early...
DadBod. Or not DadBodLink, but DadBot. Yeah.
Oh, we might have skipped that. No, I don't think we even skipped that one. I think I even mentioned that one. I don't know. Maybe or maybe not. But I remember I cringe at all the early episodes where we answered 40 questions a night. I still cringe at that. And but you know what? I love it. This is my favorite part of the show. I love the questions. So keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. And like I say, throw them in that channel whenever you think of one. and we'll be sure to read it out on the show and give you credit for it. It is time for our Spotify playlist. This is our sample, basically, of what the two of us, me and Hazel, and our guests like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Down Cast playlist on Spotify, and now it is also on iTunes. You can search for it as well, the same way, for all you Apple guys out there. I'll post a special link, by the way, and it's all in our show notes. And I want to start out with our guest, Mr. Link. What are your 2 songs for this week?
Well, I'm a big Tool fan. So, Lateralus or Lateralus, however people choose to say it, whatever. But I think the title track from that album is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. Okay. And actually, kind of going back to not exactly like a mood lifting song exactly, but it's on a kind of a deep. What's the word I'm looking for? Like metaphysical, spiritual level, whatever.
Okay.
Kind of a song.
Yeah, Tool's a great group, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of I like a lot of things anyway, but Tool especially has been definitely one of my favorites. But the other thing I've kind of there's Nick Drake, and I think I went with Things Behind the Sun, which is kind of an odd song, but like Nick Drake was a singer-songwriter from the late 60s and early 70s who did not last very long. He killed himself at like 26.
Right.
And it's sort of like somewhere between Van Morrison and James Taylor, but with like a deep and ever-present melancholy through every song. It's like it's always kind of sad and kind of dark in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I just really feeling it here lately, especially just, I don't know, so I'd never heard of him before, and he just kind of popped up in my Discover Weekly on Spotify, and I was like, oh my god, this is the dude, this is the one I want to hear for a while. So
very cool, man.
It's really the thing for me lately.
Very nice, man, very nice. Hey,
can't wait to check them out.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to add them tonight after the show. So all right, Hazel, what do you got for this week, man?
Yeah. Well, one thing I wanted to say though is that I feel like I'm ashamed to admit this, but I never listened to Tool before this playlist.
What?
Yeah, never.
What?
I thought that they were like some ultra hardcore like rock band, like Gwar kind of thing.
Dude, it's like spiritual. It's like spiritual rock. It's really good. It's really slow, elongated beats, and I mean they can get fast too, but
yeah, not at all.
Really
what
mellow.
I thought they were.
It's kind of mellow sometimes.
So yeah, I heard some of their other stuff, and I started like getting like listening to them, and I was really blown away, and I really have misjudged them by far.
Didn't they? Weren't they boycotted from iTunes Music or something for the longest time? I remember Tool
streamed their music for a long time.
They didn't.
They were very resistant to it, and unfortunately, we couldn't stream Tool for the longest time. It was really hard to find them.
This most recent album is the first one that they've kind of like opened it up, and so now you can get all their albums on there. But
very cool.
Link down.
Yeah.
Man down. Guardian down.
Guardian down. Huh?
Doc, the old gator did it.
Way to go. It took way too long to set that up.
Yes, it did.
We finally did it.
We did it.
Yep. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, everybody.
Call it a night.
Sorry, go ahead, Hazel. Go ahead, man.
All right. So my 2 songs, I got Sink to the Bottom by Fountains of Wayne. Mm-hmm. This is one of my favorite songs by them. And I picked them mainly because the lead singer actually died this past week due to COVID-19.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, man,
so
that's sad.
Just due to complications and that, so that kind of like hit me right in my childhood.
Boy,
so
I bet
it's
it
like,
did.
all right, so I gotta, throw them out there.
Respect.
And then aside from that, I went with a song by I Prevail called Blank Space, which is a cover in light of everything that H that sends out there.
Yes.
And it's a cover of a Taylor Swift song, actually.
I should say our new music ambassador, Agent H. He just gained that title
Yes.
this week. The man has been putting so much music in our Discord. He turned me on to a group, and hang on, boys, we're about to go down a rabbit hole because, wow, my wife says I'm totally obsessed with this artist, and I'm so obsessed that I picked 2 of his songs tonight. This song is from the same artist. He's a Canadian singer, songwriter, and record producer. Has his own label. He's still married to his once girlfriend since he was 19. The guy is 47 now.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Just kidding. He
He founded the band Strapping Young Lad from 1994 to 2007. This guy has so many solo projects. My head was spinning. I went down the wiki rabbit hole, guys, with this guy, and my wife has told me, stop sending her songs. It's crazy. I don't know how I haven't found this guy in all this time, but in 97, he actually checked himself into a mental hospital and was diagnosed with bipolar. And that probably explains his various styles of music. I mean, you'll see when you hear these 2 songs how different they are. But he was in numerous metal bands. He started in high school. He still has one of his high school metal band members playing guitar in his band today. And he was discovered by a record label, and he sung lead vocals for Steve Vai's album, Sex and Religion. I don't know if you knew that. After recording and touring with Steve Vai in 93, 94, he was discouraged with the music industry, and the rest is history. He's founded several groups and collaborations since then, and to my surprise, his music could be categorized anywhere from, get this, metal to ambient new age. He's released over 23 studio albums and 4 live albums. I've listened to about probably 6 of his last albums so far, and dude, I'm in. I've never listened to an artist with such a wide range of talent. I'm gonna show you all his range. My first pick is from his earlier days, from his 2003 album Accelerated Evolution. It's Devin Townsend with Deadhead. This is his live version though, because I think it sounds much better than his original in the album. For my second pick, I chose more of a current song of his, and very much at the opposite end of the spectrum. Hey, Daisy. From his 2009 album, Kai, under his newest group, the Devin Townsend Project, it's Lady Helen. You'll see what I mean when you listen to it. He has also started a quarantine project of music videos on his YouTube channel. Just search for Devin Townsend. And he just started streaming live music on Twitch. I actually saw his very first Twitch stream. But I'll warn you, this guy's a little all over the place. Just search for Devin Townsend. Like I said, the guy has a cool ass name. I wish it was mine, not Toddles. Devin is just the coolest damn song. That's just the coolest rock band name ever. But I really can't emphasize how great this guy is, so check him out. He has 23 albums out right now and 4 live ones. And I've watched so many YouTube videos of this guy. Gotta listen to him. He's really good. So, guys, boys, I think we got this. I think we're done. I just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping here before we go. I just wanted to give a quick reminder that we do now have a Destiny 2 clan, and I guess it's kind of a soft launch for now, but we'd like to all of you to be a part of it. And I just love getting together with friends and raiding and playing Crucible, just overall BSing, having a good time. So if you're looking for a clan out there, we have a permanent link in our Discord under the channel GDC Destiny 2 clan, and I'll also provide a link, no pun intended, link in our show notes where you play wherever you play your podcast. Just look for Guardian Downcast or DOWN as our call sign. So thanks a lot. And we also did start a Patreon. And Hazel, I think you said you were going to talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So I know over the course of this podcast, all 30 some odd episodes, that I'm like the maximum effort guy, as you can all tell. But
I'm sorry.
You're welcome. But ultimately, I think I've kind of got the soft, warm center, going on here. So over the course of the past couple months, I've been seeing stories in Discords, not just our Discord, but other Discords as well, about people that have fallen on hard times because of what's going on in the world right now. And it's kind of bummed me out a little bit, so I wanted to do something to help people. And I talked to Gator about it. Gator was all on board. So what we're going to do is we started a Patreon. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to dish out money to people who basically give us money we're going to give that back to people who are falling on hard times. So how it's going to work is like this. So I know Patreon mostly is, everybody thinks of it as a monthly kind of thing. It's not actually like that. How it actually is going to be is it's going to be one post that I'm going to put out there probably next week, and it's going to basically collect the funds at the first of the next month, basically.
In May, right?
Exactly, in May. So May 1st, the money's going to come out, and then I'm going to cancel this. So that way there's not going to be any other, recurring things coming up and things along those lines. You're not going to worry about that bullshit. This is a one-time thing. I just want to do something to help our community because, quite frankly, the stories that I've seen, I mean, y'all are like some of the best people out there.
Amen.
And aside from that, though, is that, I mean, we've already got people who donated up to $100 right now.
Yeah.
And real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to the people that are that have donated. Gator, myself, Chubby Wizard, Chris 3711, Uncle Scumdeath, and Admiral Nips. Thank you guys so much for this. Again, we are not taking any part of this money whatsoever. We are actually, doing some other things here too, like some little perks, like t-shirts, game nights, random shit, I mean, for us to have $100 is already way more than I thought we'd already have.
Yeah.
So, it means a lot to me that you guys would, do that already. So, all that being said, again, I thank you guys so much for just listening to this and listening to us as well. But if you do want to donate, go ahead and throw some money to us in the Patreon. We'll throw it to people who have given us stories and things like that have been going on with their lives and everything. And, we're going to send them gift cards so that way they can go ahead and, make ends meet at least a little easier while they're waiting for things to come through for them and things along those lines.
Cool deal. Well, Chris 3711 has really supported our Discord, and he has massively supported our Patreon. And I just wanted to mention a few things. I said, Chris, is there anything we could do for you, man? Since you've been so generous and helping us out. And he just wanted to mention a few words here, and I'm talking not a verbatim here. I'm just these are things that he mentioned to me. He wanted to mention that if you're having some depression or you're going through a personal crisis, talk to friends or family, set up a video call if possible with doctors. There's tons of self-care apps out there on mobile. There's Headspace, Calm, Breathing Zone. Go for walks or a drive with the window down. Do yoga, exercise. There's online therapy sites, Talkspace and BetterHelp, for instance. There's even state sites now like mass.gov.com for local resources and updated accurate information. And, maybe visit other online groups like Guardians Mental Health, for instance, Rise Above the Disorder, or RAD for short, NAMI. There's just so many more sources out there. So he just wanted me to mention that to everybody out there. And he did also say that his DMs are always open for anybody ever wants to DM him and talk with him. He's in our Discord, and it's Chris 3711. So thank you, Chris, very much for all your support, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He also did the artwork for us as well.
Yes, he did. He did a great graphic
that he threw out on Twitter too.
Yep.
And one person messaged me and said, "Hey, I don't have much I can give right now. I can only give like $1 or $2." And what I told them is, what my wife tells me is that size doesn't matter. So I think that is more than applicable here than there.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. What? What do you mean? What are you laughing at?
Nothing. I'm just. I think that was his wish, probably, for you to say that. So as you can see, guys, great support from our community, and I honestly, just day one when we put this out, I was on the floor. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the generosity of people out there. I mean, everybody's hurting. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody's going to be affected one way or another by the COVID-19 issues we're having right now. And like I said, state of the whole United States now, the CDC has said everyone needs to just put on a mask because they found out that it does spread, is an airborne contagion, and that it can spread from breath. So get those masks on. I'm trying to get my wife to make me a gator mask. I don't think I'm going to have any luck, but we'll see. Anyway, so
your face is scary enough.
Yes, I'll scare it away. Trust me. No, but anyway, thank you all so much for your support. I just want to reiterate that 1,000 times. And speaking of thanking you, Link, thank you for coming on tonight, man. It was really cool of you to set aside time for our podcast and talk with us tonight. I know you probably have some challenges right now you're going through, and just wanted to thank you personally. And is there any way or anything you want to throw out there as far as how people can find you? Anything at all you want to mention?
I'm on PlayStation, DadBodLink. I do have a Twitch under my old username, basically Link __ Sin, which might get changed one of these days, but my situation is kind of weird, so I'm not really streaming. But I don't know. I'm on Discord and PlayStation and Twitter and things like that. And if you reach out, I'm available.
Very cool.
I'm always willing to lend an ear or whatever.
Well, I need someone to carry me in Crucible, so I'll be in touch.
You talk to soccer then.
I played with him. He's awesome, man. I like that guy. He's a good player.
He's 19 too.
I know, it's crazy. I'm jealous. Trust me, I'm so jealous. Thank you very much again, Hazel.
Thank you, man.
Hazel, how can everybody find you out there in the internet?
On the interwebs. It's Hazel NT, anywhere and everywhere.
Excellent. You can contact me via the Twitter @ToddTheGator, and that's GATR, by the way. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4 as Gator, all caps, GATR, underscores in between, and Gator space GDC on Xbox. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Castbox, it's my favorite one right now, and anywhere you get your podcast. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter @guardian_D_cast for show questions or whatever you want to talk about. Whatever you want to talk to us about, send it our way. We have a fantastic Discord as usual, and just search for Guardian Downcast. I'll post a link in the show notes as well. Everybody, please be safe out there, and don't take any of this for granted. Be good to each other. Be excellent.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
I think it was your turn, Hazel, wasn't it?
I think that was mine, actually.
Okay.
I think I jumped back to the previous question, actually, on that.
No, that's good. It's okay. It's all right. We're professionals. We know how to handle,
And plus,
being thrown off.
I can edit it out. I can edit out.
Professionals in a long time. The Guardian Hub guys, man. I don't know where they're coming from. I'm just kidding.
I will leave that part in.
They're uber professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mandy Patapkin.
Mandy
Patapkin. Now he plays in Homeland, which try to watch every week. Totally different guy. Never would have thought he'd be where he is now. Mandy Patapkin.
You'll get it eventually, yeah.
Yeah.